Hello, welcome back, everybody. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm going through a bit of an illness right now, so my voice isn't that great. But that doesn't matter. Today, since I'm not really doing anything, it's a Saturday, so I thought it'd be fun to give you a tour of the new game room. Yeah, I moved back last June, so about 4 months ago. So since then, I've kind of set up a new establishment for myself, and I thought now that's in a pleasant state, I thought I'd give you a little tour. Here's the basic overview of what it's like. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. All that stuff. I'm gonna go through every single part of this room. It's just to give you an idea of like what there is to do. I guess first to go over here. This is the coat rack or hat rack, whatever you're like. There's my my sweatshirt over there, and there's my Fourth Doctor scarf, and down there is my keyboard. Yeah, it's an old Yamaha MIDI keyboard, I believe, or it might be a Casio. I'm not exactly sure what brand it is, but it worked great. Anyway, first thing when you walk this room is on your right or on your left, you'll see this massive shelf slash cabinet. But I'm going to show you the cabinet later. Okay, starting on the top shelf, this is my vocal music award that I received during my 8th grade graduation ceremony. I was very much heavily involved in my school choir in middle school, so I guess they gave this to me for whatever reasons. And there's a small little genie lamp. Over there's my second Super Nintendo, and right here is my original GameCube. This is the reason why I don't use this one anymore is because a while ago I think it got sort of rained on. So the plug, the AC adapter, kind of short-circuited, or whatever the technical term is. I used the AC adapter on my current Super Nintendo on this, and it still works. It's just, the weird thing is it only plays the games in black and white. I know, it's kind of strange. But I have a new one, so I'll get to that later. Anyway, on the first shelf here are issues 199 to 270 of Game Informer magazine. I've been subscribed to Game Informer for about 6 years. It's October, so yeah, 6 years. And I don't know. I don't really read these that often, but I just like collecting them. When I do read them, they're pretty interesting. Over here are the boxes to my original 3DS and my brother's original 3DS. Some Real D 3D glasses, and a Super Mario clothing tag thing. Over here is a chip, I guess a USB chip, a USB card for a game called Steam-A-Lot, Epoch's Adventure. It's a pretty cool game. My brother and I got that at Too Many Games this past year. Over there is the box from my brother's NES-themed 3DS XL. One thing I really like about this box is that it's actually themed to look like the original Nintendo Entertainment System. It even has the video and audio jacks on the side. I think that's pretty cool. And this 3DS as a whole is really awesome, because it's themed after the NES, so of course I'm going to love it. Over here, these are some empty packets for Japanese Super Mario 3D World trading cards. I only got 3 of them because I don't really care that much. I just wanted to get them because I'm into collectibles like that. Here's the box for my Mario SH Figure Arts figure, and in the back is the box for my Luigi amiibo from the Super Mario series. And on the second shelf here, this is my entire Doctor Who collection. Now, if you watch my videos for a while, you might know how much of a Doctor Who fan I am, but I'm a really huge fan, just in case you forgot. In the front here, you got all the Doctors from William Hartnell, Patrick Troughton, John Pertwee, Tom Baker, Peter Davison, Colin Baker, Sylvester McCoy, Paul McGann, John Hurt, Chris Eccleston, David Tennant, Matt Smith, and Peter Capaldi. And in the back, you can see I got the Series 5 Flight Control TARDIS, and the 7th Doctor's TARDIS over there. Surrounding them are a bunch of Daleks, sonic screwdrivers, Cyberman in the back, and some various figures and pins. It's a pretty impressive collection. I like the look of the shelf. On the bottom shelf here, I got a giant plush Mario and a magazine rack with a whole bunch of papers and various things. And there is where I keep all the DS games. That little question block. I don't really have another place for them, so I just like to keep them there. just for convenience. Now, in this cabinet here, if you open it up, you'll see that it contains pretty much all of my controllers. On the top here, we got the Wii wheels, Wii Motion Plus, some GameCube controllers, PlayStation 2. There's an AC adapter for the Nintendo 64, and oh, let me tell you about this. So when I got my Nintendo 64, I had to get it in various pieces because the whole set with the console and the controller and the wires and everything, it was like, I guess most expensive was like $60 or $70, so I had to get everything separately. The console was about like $30, the controller was about $10, and the wires are about like $5 each. So when I got this controller, it showed a picture of this. I thought it was just a regular Nintendo 64 controller, but when I got it in the mail, it turned out to be a USB controller. So yeah, that was kind of a kick in the face, slap in the face, pardon. But I have an N64 emulator on my computer, and this works pretty well. Sometimes the analog control can be a bit too sensitive, but it works great nonetheless. And on the bottom shelf, got some PlayStation 2 controllers. There's the Wii Classic controller, a Wii remote, extra nunchucks, NES and Super Nintendo controllers, extra GameCube controllers, Wii U Pro controller, Luigi-themed Wii remote, and the Wii remote charger. It's a pretty good place for it, actually. Close that up. And we'll go over here to the main gaming area. First thing to note is the giant plush Mario. It just kind of stares into your soul. He's creepy like that. Alright, over here I've got the a whole bunch of PlayStation 2s. These are my brothers. And now my brother Mike, he has like 5 PlayStation 2s. And he only uses like 2 or 3 of them. Over here I got some 2 slim PS2 models, and on the bottom here is a giant, the giant huge model. The fun thing about this model is that this is a Japanese PlayStation 2, and that's to play Japanese games. We do have some Japanese games, and that's why we got this. Let's move that game out of the way. Okay, over here we have the Wii and the Wii U. You can see I'm using the Wii right now to get some footage of Super Mario Galaxy 2. Over here is over here are the switcher boxes, so I can switch between the different games. Right now it's set to VCR on box 1. That's hooked up to the Wii. If I wanted to use, like, I don't know, the PS1, I'd switch it to game on box 1. If I wanted to use consoles hooked up to the other box, I just hit the auxiliary port on box 1, and that's connected to box 2. So both these boxes are connected together, and as a result, connected to the TV. This is the big HD TV from Insignia. This is a Best Buy brand, and I really like it. I'm still shocked, still amazed that I have this TV at all. Anyway, below here, this is the DVD player. On top is the sensor bar for the Wii. Below that is the cable box, because yes, I do watch TV sometimes. Over there is just some various cardboard boxes. And here's a PS1 controller, which of course is hooked up to the PS1. Yes, I do own an original PlayStation. Sorry if there are so many dishes over here. So yeah, this is the original PlayStation. There's nothing in there right now. And I've been meaning to get one for a while now, ever since I started watching Catacris's videos. And yeah, this is probably one of my favorite game consoles of all time. It's great. Oh, over here, this is my sketchbook. I have a drawing of the 5th Doctor right here. Maybe I'll show that some other time. Okay, over there is the Retron, which is kind of not working at the moment, but it should play NES games normally. Oh, while this is here, I should show you this. This is the Japanese version of Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. My brother actually got this, but both he and I consider this to be like the holy grail of our game collection, because Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, it's like one of our favorite games. We just love it so much. So we got that. Over there, this is the Atari Flashback. It has like 75 built-in Atari games. It's not currently set up right now because I have so many other consoles hooked up as it is. And next to that, this is my 3rd Super Nintendo. This isn't the original one I had. This is the 3rd one I've ever gotten, and it's aged remarkably well. Look, there's no yellow at all. I'm very surprised. And yes, it works great. Over here is just a lamp with some posters in the back here that we haven't taped up or nailed up, pinned up yet. because we're hoping to get these walls painted soon. So yeah. Over there's my camera bag, some sketches over there, the fan. Right here's my laptop, where as you can see, I've just been taking a break from recording footage. Right now, for those who've been wondering what capture software I use Honest Tech VHS to DVD 4.0. It's a VHS to DVD converter, so you can record VHS tapes and convert them to DVDs or like normal media files. The only problem with this is that sometimes the videos can appear a little bit fuzzy. In fact, a lot of people commented on that in the Super Mario Maker video. I've been hoping to upgrade. I'm meaning to upgrade. I just don't have the money for it at the moment, but I will eventually. So just keep that in mind. Yeah. So now we get to the big mess of desk that I have here. This is basically my workstation. I should talk about the things I have on my desk. Over there is a Pac-Man energy drink, a Nintendo-themed calendar, my high school graduation picture, some Doctor Who merchandise, like a Lego Ninth Doctor, Dalek, and a Silence that's kind of fallen over. There's a Cyberman bust, there's a light-up TARDIS, a red Dalek, a Zygon, a Weeping Angel, a Cyberman, and a case. There's that story. Over here is my microphone. It's an Audio-Technica, I think ATR 2500, I believe. Don't quote me on that. It's probably wrong. This works fantastically. In the before this, I used to use like just a basic USB Rock Band microphone. Like you plug it into the Wii and you can play Rock Band with it. But just recently, I got to upgrade to this, and it works so much better. I should point out the pop filter that I use for my microphone was used on my old microphone, on the stand that I used for it. But because I didn't have a pop filter, I figured I'd hook it up to this, and it works great. I love it. Over here are my speakers, which work remarkably well. Here's my monitor. I love this thing. There's a keyboard and mouse. Over there is a Fennekin plushie. It's my brother's, not mine. There's my desktop. It's a Windows 8 PC, which I'm kind of sad about because I don't like Windows 8 very much. But at least on the side, there are some Super Mario Galaxy 2 stickers, which are phenomenal. I actually got these at a dentist's office, like a few years ago. Might have been a year or two, but I just kept these around because I wanted to use them for something. So I use them for that. Anyway, creeping around here, working my way around. I'm gonna turn this light on. There we go. Now we get to these monumental shelves. Monumental in the sense that there's a lot of games on them. Okay, first at the top, I should talk about this old-fashioned radio. Now, when my family and I moved here, this was basically my welcoming gift from the church that my mom works at. Because the receptionist had this in her office. It doesn't work, but I just love old things. So I just asked if I could have it, and they said, yeah. But if you like old technology too, this is gorgeous. Look at it. It's got like a leather casing on all sides, excuse me. Ugh. And old-fashioned switches. It's just great. And below that, got like an orange Wii U gamepad stylus, and there's some rupees, from The Legend of Zelda. Now, I'm not the biggest Zelda fan in the world, but I got these at an anime convention this past year, and I thought these were really cool, so I just decided to get them just for fun. Working our way down, the first shelf on this shelf, I have my collection of PS1 games. Now, these aren't all mine. My brother and I actually share our collection, as it is. So I'm just going to go through the games that we have, and I'm going to note which ones are mine and which ones are my brother's. From my games, I have Crash Bandicoot, Crash Bandicoot 2, Crash Bandicoot 3, Crash Team Racing, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Madden NFL 97, Motor Tune Grand Prix, signed by Some Call Me Johnny, Namco Museum Volume 1, Namco Museum Volume 3, NHL 99, Pac-Man World, SpongeBob SquarePants Super Sponge, Tetris Plus, And Toy Story 2, Buzz Lightyear to the Rescue. Now, for my brother's collection, he has Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy IX, the Japanese version of Klonoa Door to Phantom Mile. It's a pretty good game, actually. Metal Gear Solid. Let's see. And, oh, the Japanese version of a game called Vib Ribbon. It's basic. This is made by the same developers of Parappa the Rapper and Jammer Lammy, but from personal experience, my brother and I find this to be the best one. So, yeah. And then there are old DSs and 3DSs. And there's an empty box for one of my Yu-Gi-Oh! Structure decks. Big Yu-Gi-Oh! Kid, by the way. Right, down here are my Super Nintendo games. Now, my brother's not really into Super Nintendo as much as I am, as far as I believe. So I'm just gonna go through these. So these are mostly mine. And first up here is the Super Game Boy. And I got Super Mario Land in there. But this isn't just any Super Game Boy. This is a Super Game Boy autographed by Vinny from Vinesauce. Yeah. Pretty cool, I guess. Anyway, I got Cliffhanger, the game based off the Sylvester Stallone movie. Anyway, here's Donkey Kong Country, Jurassic Park, Mario Paint, another copy of Mario Paint, Metal Combat Falcon's Revenge, Super Mario All-Stars, my favorite game of all time, Super Mario World, SWAT Cats, The Radical Squadron, and Tetris Attack. This is a great puzzle game. Oh, here's a Super Nintendo and Super Nintendo controller and SNES mouse. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm hoping to expand, but what are you gonna do? On this shelf, our Game Boy Advance collection. There's the original Game Boy Advance. Next to it, the Game Boy Advance SP. I'm going to try my best to go through these games without making too much of a mess. First up, we have Cars Mater National, Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Bros. 3, Tony Hawk's Underground 2, I don't know what this one is, the Zone of the Enders, the Fists of Mars, let's see, Yu-Gi-Oh! 7 Trials for Glory, Super Mario Advance 1, which has Super Mario Bros. 2, Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship Tournament 2004, Spyro Season of Ice, Pokemon Fire Red, and classic NES series Super Mario Bros. I have more games, but they're I don't know where they are. They're just around here somewhere, but whatever. Here's my very small collection of NES games. They're not that big, but I'm proud of the games I own. Out of the games that are mine, let's see. Oh, I don't really care. Here's Dr. Mario, the original Legend of Zelda, signed by Team Cinemassacre. Pro Wrestling, Spy vs. Spy, the original Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Bros. 2, Super Mario Bros. 3, oh dear, signed by Team Cinemassacre, including James Rolfe, the angry video game nerd, the original Tetris, and Yoshi, which is also signed by Team Cinemassacre. In fact, Mike Matei even did a drawing of Mario on the back, which is pretty cool. Oh dear. And over here, just various NES controllers. Down here, we have PlayStation 2 games. Most of these are probably just ironic purchases, but the rest are games that we really like. Anyway, here's Agent Under Fire, a 007 game. Buzz, the Mega Quiz. ESPN 2K5. Final Fantasy X-2. Guitar Hero 3. Yeah. Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts 2. The Japanese version of Klonoa 2. Madden NFL 2005. Madden NFL 2007. MLB 2006. A game called Maji Ribbon. It's a rhythm game. It's pretty cool. NASCAR Thunder 2004. NHL 2004. Sims Bustin' Out. Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. Sly 2 Band of Thieves. Sly 3 Honor Among Thieves. SSX Tricky. Wires. And Vib Ripple, the sequel to Vib Ribbon. And on these small little jewel cases here, I got The Incredibles, Crash to Insanity, another copy of SSX Tricky, Sonic Mega Collection Plus, focus camera, Ed, Edd n Eddy, The Misadventures, and Cars, based off the Pixar movie. The thing with Cars and The Incredibles is that I used to have the GameCube versions of those games, but they got lost a long time ago. So I got the PlayStation 2 versions, which thankfully are just about the same as the GameCube versions. So not a huge loss there. Anyway, GameCube games. Down here we've got the Animal Crossing, Ed and Eddie the Misadventures, which was the first version that I played. It's a pretty good game. Luigi's Mansion, Mario Golf Toadstool Tour, Mario Kart Double Dash, Mario Party 7, Mario Superstar Baseball, Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door, probably the best GameCube game ever, in my opinion. Sonic Adventure, only the box for Sonic Adventure DX Director's Cut. I'll talk about that later. Sonic Gems Collection, Sonic Heroes, Sonic Mega Collection, Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, Super Mario Strikers, Super Mario Sunshine, Super Smash Bros. Melee, which is an awesome game, Wallace and Gromit Project Zoo, another awesome game, and the box for Yu-Gi-Oh! The False-Bound Kingdom. Let me talk about why I only have the box for Sonic Adventure DX. As you recall, in my top 10 beach levels in video games, I talk about my experience with Sonic Adventure DX. I went over to a friend's house and played this game, and I got stuck because I was in one of the hub worlds and I didn't know what to do. So so he kind of gave me the game to play it at my house, but when I took it home and I opened the box, there was no game in it. Yeah, he only gave me the box. He left the game in his house. Before I could get it from him, we moved to a different town. So, yeah, that's the story. False-Bound Kingdom, I just lost my original copy. Plain and simple. Down there are just a bunch of discs, and there's the SNES mousepad. And that's this shelf. Let's look at this shelf. First, I should address the Sonic the Hedgehog 20th Anniversary Sonic Generation statue, which is pretty cool. They're running on a gold ring. So, yeah. First to talk about are the 3DS games. Now, the collection's actually growing quite a bit. First, there's Animal Crossing New Leaf, my brother's copy of Animal Crossing New Leaf, Epic Mickey Power of Illusion, Kingdom Hearts 3D Dream Drop Distance, Legend of Zelda Link Between Worlds, another copy of Legend of Zelda Link Between Worlds, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D, Luigi's Mansion 2, Mario Kart 7, Mario Party Island Tour, Mario Tennis Open, get that out here. Anyway, there's Pilot Wings Resort, Pokemon Y, Sims 3, Sonic Generations, Sonic Lost World, Star Fox 64, Super Mario 3D Land, Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS, Tomodachi Life, Ultimate NES Remix, and Yoshi's New Island. And this is just a carrying case for different 3DS games. Now, before we get to the reason why I have two copies of Link Between Worlds, when we look at the soundtrack CDs. First, there's Brenna Floss's CD Bits of Me, which was signed by Brenna Floss. And you have the Beatles White Album, Beatles Rubber Soul, with the Beatles, Steam-A-Lot's Journey. There's the soundtrack to The Amazing Spider-Man 2. There's the soundtrack to Majora's Mask, and the soundtrack to Super Smash Bros. Oh, and this is just called Japanese for Dummies. So yeah, I like the Beatles a lot, just in case you can tell. Now let me explain why I have two copies of Link Between Worlds. This is my first copy. I got this as a Christmas gift in 2013, and I played this game a lot, and I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought it was... Honestly, this might just be the best Zelda game I ever played. Definitely the only one I really enjoyed playing. So while I was playing it, like a few months later, my dog found my copy of it, like lying around. I guess it was in the carrying case, and chewed it up. Chewed up the entire case. It had like a bunch of games in it, and most of them were completely destroyed. This game included. So, and that was when I got to the Dark World, when I got to Loghrul. So, to make up for it, we got a second copy, and that's why I only have two boxes of it, because kind of stuck with them. So the one on the far right is my second copy, and if we ever get like a cartridge-only copy of Link Between Worlds, we'll probably put it in the other box and maybe give it to my brother. So there's that story. On the bottom here are DS games. First there's a Ben 10 Alien Force, Carnival Games, Drawn to Life The Next Chapter, Drawn to Life SpongeBob, Kingdom Hearts 358 Days of 2, Margot's Word Brain, I don't know, Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story, Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games, a very bad cover-up for Mario Kart DS with Mario Kart Super Circuit. The only reason why the case looks like this is because as being the stupid 10-year-old that I was, I destroyed my original cover art for Mario Kart DS, so I had to make a new one. And yeah. Anyway, here's Mario Party DS, My Sims Kingdom, New Super Mario Brothers, Rayman Raving Rabbids 2, which is actually the first DS game I played, Rayman Raving Rabbids TV Party, Rhythm Heaven, Scribblenauts, Sims 2 Castaway, Solo to Robo, Red the Hunter, which is actually one of the rarest DS games ever. This only made there's only like 100,000 copies of this game, so pretty cool. Here's Sonic Rush, Sonic Rush Adventure, and 2 copies of Super Scribblenauts. I don't know why we had 2 copies. That's just how life is, I guess. Anyway, down here are the Wii U games. First we got Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, DuckTales Remastered, Epic Mickey 2, The Power of 2, Hyrule Warriors, Mario Kart 8, Mario Party 10, NES Remix Pack, New Super Mario Bros. U, Nintendo Land, Scribblenauts Unlimited, Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed, Sonic Lost World, Super Mario 3D World, Super Mario Maker, and Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. It's pretty awesome. And over there is my Game Boy. Nice. I doubt that it still works, but it's just nice to own it. Down here are Wii games. I got mostly just shovelware, like All-Star Cheer Squad, Beatles Rock Band, Boom Blocks, Cars Racerama, CSI Hard Evidence, I guess, Dance Dance Revolution, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, Just Dance 3, anyway, here's a Kirby's Dream Collection, Kirby's Return to Dreamland, the Wii remake of Klonoa, or as I like to call it, the Wii make. I'm sorry. Here's Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, Lego Rock Band, Lego Star Wars 3, Madden NFL 2007, Mario and Sonic at the London 2012 Olympic Games, Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games, Mario Kart Wii, Mario Party 9, Mario Power Tennis, Mario Strikers Charged, Mario Super Sluggers, which is actually a really fun game, Metroid Other M, My Sims Agents, New Super Mario Bros. Wii, Rabbids Go Home, Rock Band 2, Rock Band 3, Sonic Colors, Super Mario All-Stars, the 25th Anniversary Edition, and I have Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 over there, but haven't put them back on the shelf yet. Anyway, here's Super Paper Mario, another copy of Super Paper Mario, Super Smash Bros. Brawl, a GameStop cover for Wario Land Shake It. The game's in there too. There's Wii Music, Wii Play, Wii Sports, and Wii Sports Resort. And holding those games together is my good friend Rockington. My brother and I had this joke where it's like everybody talked about their favorite My Little Pony characters. And one day I randomly drew a face on this rock that I found in the house. And I was like, can't forget everyone's favorite My Little Pony character, Rockington. And Rockington is kind of a character from JonTron, so that kind of stuck with us. And here, just our very small collection of PlayStation 3 games. We have more, but they're downstairs. My brother has the HD remakes of Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. HD 1.5 remix and HD 2.5 remix. Anyway, here's Lego Batman 3. Here's Minecraft, Skate 3, and the PS3 version of Sonic Generations. It's pretty cool. And down there is the Super Mario History Soundtrack CD and the box for Kirby's Dream Collection, among other assorted things. I'm gonna get up now and move over here. There's a sitting chair. This used to be my computer chair, but it got too uncomfortable, and it doesn't spin very well. It's kind of loud and squeaky, so we use it for just sitting around doing nothing. There's my Mario themed Wii remote. There's a Saturday Night Live DVD, Best of Adam Sandler. Oh, there's Mario Galaxy 2. Another chair, a small table where the Wii U gamepad is. There's the recliner for sitting. There's a lamp. And in this closet, I can just open this up, all assorted things. There's some Rock Band stuff down there. There's my tripod, boxes, more boxes, posters, more boxes, and some assorted sketchbooks and yearbooks, I believe. And there's some clothes in there because there's not enough room for other clothes in this house. Up here is my Mario shelf. It's my entire Mario collection. Up there are plushies with a small cameo from Rover from Animal Crossing. And this is a Mario-themed a deck of poker cards, which is really, really cool. Some, I don't know, just random figures over here. There's like Wario and Donkey Kong, and there's the Super Mario Brothers movie Mario, because, yeah. Some more assorted figures over here, including Toads, Warios, and Bowsers, and question blocks, and a little wooden 8-bit Princess Peach that I made in woodshop class a few years ago. And down here, these are just Mario and Luigi. This entire Mario and Luigi. They're my Mario Smash Brothers amiibo, and just some custom Lego figures and all that stuff. There's an empty energy drink can. I gotta say, this is a pretty impressive collection. Down here is the DVD shelf, but on top of this, I got a whole bunch of stuff. There's the box for the Mario Wii Remote, the Mario History booklet, the Mario Maker booklet, a Samus amiibo, Pac-Man, the Mario 3D World trading cards, Mario and Luigi amiibos in front of the Mario checker set. There's the box for Nintendo Land that came with the Luigi remote, some Japanese new Super Mario Bros. Wii Balance World games, a little 3D printed question block, the box for the Super Mario Maker bundle, a glass Pepsi bottle, and a glass Coke bottle from the 60s, and the Super Mario World instruction booklet. Now, this isn't just the front cover of the booklet. This is the actual instruction manual that I framed and put up on my shelf, because I love the game so much that I had to frame the instruction manual. Makes sense. Anyway, down here are DVDs. Most of my DVDs, anyway. There's Creature Comforts, Doctor Who, seasons 7 through 10 of Friends. I don't watch Friends that much. I just got these because my girlfriend watches Friends. There's season 1 of Futurama, which is an awesome show. There's this movie called I'll Be There, which was co-written, directed by, and stars Craig Ferguson. Yeah, that Craig Ferguson. I watched it recently, and it's not that bad. I think I might do a video about it. And there's a Lizzie McGuire movie for some reason. Some Mario cartoons, Muppets, Nostalgia Critic, Open Season, Shaun the Sheep, Shrek, South Park the movie, Spider-Man, the Super Mario Brothers movie. Yeah, I actually like that movie. What? I do like that movie. Anyway, there's the Toy Story films, there's Up, there's Wallace and Gromit, there's Wreck-It Ralph, the Beatles' Yellow Submarine, there's another Doctor Who box, some PSP games, and my Blu-rays. For my Blu-rays, I just have The Amazing Spider-Man, Big Hero 6, The Cat in the Hat, Ghostbusters 1 and 2, Monty Python and the Holy Grail, The Simpsons movie, and Yogi Bear. Yeah, there's not a whole lot. And there's the box for my Mario Party 10 bundle. There's the original NES on top under the Nintendo 64. There's my second GameCube, the Retro Entertainment System, the complete series of Monty Python's Flying Circus on DVD, a Beatles ceramic mug that was a gift to me from my girlfriend, love you Ronnie, and some colored pencils. I want to talk about the GameCube for a second. I said this was the second one I got, and the first one was up there. That GameCube that I got I got that as a Christmas gift in 2006. Come on, focus. And after a while of playing games on that, for whatever reason, the disc reader on the GameCube broke. It still works, but it just stopped reading the discs, and I don't know why. So because of that, we got this new one. But guess what? The disc reader on this GameCube broke as well. So we can't use any of these. But thankfully, the Wii has built-in GameCube, so we don't have to worry about that. Anyway, wrapping things up, the bottom shelf here, it's just a bunch of random assorted books, some volumes for Shonen Jump, instruction manuals, strategy guides, sorry, some sorted books in the manga and the sort. Yeah, not too interesting there. So, just turn this around, and that's basically the new game room. I really like how it's turning out. It took a few months to get it all set up, but I think it turned out really well. I think I'm really looking forward to what we're going to do with it. I'm really hoping to get like a couch over there and like just get more big shelves on the walls and paint the walls and put the posters up as well. But for what we have right now, it's a pretty good start. I hope you enjoyed this video if you made it this far. I don't know why you would want to watch a video like this far in. I imagine like you get pretty bored. I imagine you get pretty bored after like the first 30 seconds or so. But if you made it this far, I'm genuinely impressed that you care so much about what my house looks like. Anyway, if you liked this video, if you want to watch my other better videos, then you can hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to see more videos like this, just let me know in the comments. I kind of enjoy doing this, actually. So, anyway, thank you guys for watching, and as always, this is Mark, aka Super Smash 3DS, bidding you all a smashing farewell. Take care. Hello, everybody. This is Mark, aka Super Smash 3DS, and yes, I did get a new camera, finally. It's basically the old camera that I had, but, you know, with some slight modifications to it. Anyway, I figured, well, I already shot a lot of videos with this camera already. Some that may get on the channel, might not. I don't know yet. I just figured that I'd make this video because about a year ago, from maybe a couple days from now, around this time last year, I made a video giving you a tour of the game room, which was, at the time, my newest location. Well, since that video happened, quite a few changes have been made to the room, as you can see just from this view. I haven't seen the other video I made before making this, so if you notice any changes, then let me know in the comments. Well, there's some obvious changes that I've noticed, but yeah. So I guess I'm gonna make this a once a year kind of thing, and just give you a tour of the room, see what changes, and what's different, what's the same, all that stuff. There's a lot of changes to go over, but some are kind of the same-ish. Well, let's go through and take a look around, see what's new and what's different, all that jazz. Starting with here. Hanging on this doorknob, these are some badges that Mike and I have accumulated over the course of our convention adventures. Here are badges for Too Many Games. This was the most recent one, and this was last year's. We like to collect this kind of stuff just because it reminds us of the good old days of conventions. Over here I have this little Super Paper Mario thing from Burger King hung up, and here's a little trick-or-treat basket that my mom knitted for me because she's so sweet, like that, and just a light switch, nothing very special about that. Up here there's some posters from a Nintendo gaming magazine. There's one for Super Mario 3D Land, and there's one for, which one was that? Star Fox Command. And here's a huge, hold on. There's a huge Club Nintendo Mario poster over here. If you're wondering why I'm blocking this face, that's because this is Mike This is I'm guessing a 4th or 5th grade picture of him. And I'm blocking his face because he likes to keep his identity secret. So I'm not going to show that. Anyway, here's an old-fashioned Coca-Cola bottle. It's 1 pint. That is huge. Over here is a little papercraft question block from Mario. And here's the Mach 5 from Speed Racer, one of the best animes ever. Here is my boarding pass from when I last went to visit Michigan to see Ronnie, my girlfriend. I like to keep this because she's just really special. And this is Mike's. This is the completed works of Hayao Miyazaki Blu-ray. These are all the films that Hayao Miyazaki directed, and Mike was so excited when he got this for Christmas last year. We had our eyes on this for a very long time, and it's just so cool that we have this now. Anyway, first big change you'll notice is that this tiny shelf over here used to be in that corner where the big shelf is, and that big shelf used to be right here. That pretty much happened because of the couch, which I'll talk about later. So, yeah. This is the only shelf we kept because it was the only one that could fit in this space. So let's take a look at what we have here up here. Up here we have some Blu-rays. There's the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, the Angry Video Game Nerd movie, and AVGN Volume X, which isn't the one I ordered. When, let me tell you a story about this. When the new Angry Video Game Nerd DVDs were announced, they said they were going to put out all the old seasons, they were going to reissue them on DVD and include the new seasons. So I ordered Season 9, but instead I got Volume X, which has all the first 100 episodes and none from Season 9. Apparently I'm not the only person that this has happened to, because somebody tweeted me that this happened to them. So I'm guessing there were some confusions in the mail, or maybe they ran out of stock on Season 9 DVDs before we could get them, and they didn't want us to feel bad, so they just gave us these as like consolations. But you know, I'm not complaining, because this Blu-ray is like $50, and I essentially paid less than half of what this normally cost. So I'm really not complaining. Anyway, continuing with Blu-rays, we have Big Hero 6, I think the Chuck Jones Cat in the Hat special, Ghostbusters 1 and 2, Inside Out, best Pixar movie in my opinion, the Lego Movie, Monty Python and the Holy Grail, Peanuts movie, Simpsons movie, To Kill a Mockingbird, it's quite a jump in films, and Yogi Bear, don't ask why. And these are Studio Ghibli films. Mike likes to keep these separate because they're just more special. And we already have the Miyazaki stuff up here, but the ones we have single are Kiki's Delivery Service, Princess Mononoke, Secret World of Arrietty, and the best animated movie ever in my opinion, Spirited Away. So those are the Blu-rays. Over here are the NES games. The NES games haven't changed that much, I think, from the last video. I mean, we got Dr. Mario, Legend of Zelda, Pro Wrestling, very underrated by the way, Spy vs. Spy, Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers 2, Super Mario Brothers 3, autographed by Team Cinemassacre, thank you very much. Anyway, there's Tetris, and Yoshi, which is also autographed by Team Cinemassacre. Mike Matei even did a little drawing of Mario up there. How lovely of him. Very lovely man. Down here are just some Yokai Watch figures that Mike got for birthday gifts recently. I only know the names of like Jibanyan, Robonyan, and I don't remember the names of all of them. But I am one of those people who likes Yokai Watch more than Pokemon, so I should remember these names, but I don't, so shame on me. And they're very nice. And in this little question block thing here, we just have DS games. Just loose DS games that we don't have the cases for anymore. Either because we're stupid or we were just young and also stupid. Anyway, here are Super Nintendo games. We have Aladdin, the best version of Aladdin, in my opinion. Cliffhanger, Donkey Kong Country, Jurassic Park. Oh, shut up, dog. Mario's Missing. 2 copies of Mario Paint. Metal Combat Falcon's Revenge. SimCity, autographed by Pro Jared and the Completionist. Very cool. Super Mario All-Stars, Super Mario World, best game ever, SWAT Cats, Radical Squadron, Tetris Attack, and Toy Story. This is a game that I actually used to play as a kid, but in more recent years, actually I might do a review of this someday. Maybe, I don't know. Oh, and there's the Japanese version of Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. Very, very cool. Next shelf, we have DS games. Nothing much different. There's Ben 10 Alien Force, Carnival Games, Drawn to Life Next Chapter, Drawn to Life SpongeBob, Kingdom Hearts 358 Days Over 2, this game, I'm not sure what this is, Margot's Word Brain, just something we got at a rummage sale and we figured, why not? Let's see, Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story, the only Mario and Luigi game that I own physically, Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games, this, what looks like a bootleg Mario Kart DS case, which, if I'm still correct, yep, there's Super Circuit in there. Not like Super Circuit's worth playing anyway. Am I the only person who hates Super Circuit? Anyway, there's Mario Party DS, My Sims Kingdom, New Super Mario Brothers, Rayman Raving Rabbids 2, which is the very first DS game that Mike and I have ever played. Yeah. Raving Rabbids TV Party, Rhythm Heaven, Scribblenauts, Sims 2 Castaway, this game, Solo to Robo, which I think is the rarest DS game we own. I think it was like only 70,000 or 100,000 copies of this were made in the US anyway. And yeah, we own one of them. It's pretty rare. There's Sonic Rush Adventure, and 2 copies of Super Scribblenauts. By the way, I apologize if the cinematography ends up being lower than what I would probably do, but anyway. Oh, here's a funny story about this. So Mike got Sly Cooper Thieves in Time as a birthday gift, but the thing is, this is the PS Vita version, and neither Mike nor myself own a Vita. So we're kind of stuck with this. We're kind of stuck with this until we can get a Vita. He was hoping for the PS3 version, because we actually do have the PS3, right over there. And, yeah, it's pretty funny. Anyway, there's a Fennekin plushie, that's Mike's. And down here, we have not all the Wii games, but certainly a lot of them. Most of them are hand-me-downs from our siblings, like All-Star, Cheer Squad, and Boom Blocks, CSI, Dance Dance Revolution, and Harry Potter. We don't actually play those, but most of these are hand-me-downs, like I said, so you'll get that. Anyway, there's Beatles Rock Band, Boom Blocks, Cars Racer-Rama, CSI, Dance Dance Revolution, and the only Xbox game that I own, which is Halo. And I also got this at a rummage sale, and I only got it just because I actually don't own an Xbox, but I figured when I do get one, I'll have something to play on it. So, yeah, that's why I got it. Excuse me. There's Harry Potter, Just Dance 3, Karaoke Revolution, Glee, Kirby's Dream Collection, Kirby's Return to Dreamland, the Wii remake of Klonoa, because Mike's a pretty big Klonoa fan. There's Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, Lego Rock Band, Lego Star Wars 3, Madden NFL 2007, Mario and Sonic at the London 2012 Games, the original Olympic Games, and the Olympic Winter Games. There's Mario Kart Wii, Mario Party 9, the best Mario Party in my opinion, but anyway. Mario Power Tennis, Mario Strikers Charged, Mario Super Sluggers, Metroid Other M, My Sims Agents, New Super Mario Brothers Wii, Rabbids Go Home, Rock Band 2, Rock Band 3, and down there's Super Mario Galaxy. More Wii games are going to be added to this shelf once that shelf of Wii U games over there fills up completely. You can even see from over here, there's still some Wii games over there. But yeah. Also, if you notice any motorcycle sounds coming from outside, the windows are open and the fan is on because it's really hot and stuffy in this room. So, just keep that in mind. Anyway, here's some PSP games. Kingdom Hearts, Birth by Sleep, Project Diva, and Rock Band Unplugged? Yeah. These are Mike's games. Mike has a PSP. I don't have a PSP. I thought about getting one, but I'm more interested in getting the Vita eventually, because that one actually has working analog sticks. But that's for another day. Here's some random disc trays. And here's a little Sonic Generations statue with a little genie lamp in between them, because I think I shouldn't have removed the plastic from them because they're just bending over like crazy. Down there, this is the remote control for, I think, that TV up there. And if you might remember, this is the remote control that I used in my You Kazoo video as the phone, the one I violently threw to the ground. Mike loves that moment for some reason. When I just this isn't even a control, it's not a real phone. Mike just loves that moment when I throw it to the ground. Just because, I don't know why, it just makes him laugh. There's another disc tray down there, some Rubik's Cubes, and a map of Liberty City, which came with Grand Theft Auto 4. Yeah, I do own a Grand Theft Auto game. I don't just play those kiddie Mario games, so don't judge me. Over here are some wires, and here's a scale, so I can weigh myself, because I'm trying to lose some weight. I'm technically overweight, so I'm not doing a very good job at that, but I'm trying. Up there, there's a Super Mario Galaxy 2 poster that came with the strategy guide. Here's a huge piano poster, which I think was a hand-me-down from my grandparents. And there's a new Super Mario Bros. 2 poster up there, with Kid Icarus and Sonic Generations over there. Here's a huge Club Nintendo Super Mario poster. There's an Asteroids poster. And most of these posters, I think, were here. They weren't here during the last video, I think. But I've always had them. And the one thing that hasn't changed in this room is the TV, I think. We've had this TV for a while now, I think for a little over a year. It's a Best Buy Insignia. I can't talk. It's an Insignia Best Buy brand TV. As you can see, I'm watching something on YouTube right now. I'm watching Vote Saxon 07's Doctor Who 10th Doctor figure review. I love Vote Saxon 07. You should watch him if you're a fan of Doctor Who like me. Anyway, the big difference with where the TV is standing is the actual TV stand, which I think you've seen in my DuckTales video or something. But this replaces that big, bulky, quote-unquote TV stand that we've had when we came into the house. But we soon replaced it with this thing, which is much more convenient. And the only bother was trying to move that thing out through that door. It was quite hard, but I think we did it. Anyway, right here's the remote control for the cable box, because we do watch TV sometimes. And behind, you can see some wires, and there's some RCA switchers if you wanted to use multiple component consoles. Over there, those are the power bricks for the Wii and the Wii U. I figured we should stack them instead of putting them behind the stand, just to save some space. And over here on the actual console that we use, we don't use that many, and we switched a lot of these out. So these are the ones that we currently use. Right there is the Wii U. There's the cable box. Yeah, it's early in the afternoon. There's the PlayStation 3. 3 PlayStation 2s among the 5 that are 2 of them over there. So yeah, we have 3 PlayStation 2s hooked up right now. They're not hooked up at the same time. They're not even hooked up at all. We just keep them there, just because. Anyway, there's the Wii, where I record most of the GameCube games, which I have to figure out a new way to do that. I'll explain why later. And right there's the Super Nintendo. It's not hooked up either, but I like to keep it there just because it looks nice on the shelf. Anyway, over here, there's some more wires. Like there's the Wii U gamepad charger, and there's the VidBox, which was the original device we used to record games, which is why games like Super Mario Maker originally looked so fuzzy when I reviewed them, and Captain Toad Treasure Tracker 2. That was the device we used to record all those games until after the SSX Tricky video, where we switched to that thing, the Hop Hog. And I'm going to talk about that after I talk about this, the biggest change in the room so far, the desk, which in itself has gone through so many changes as well. Like, for example, that husk used to be over against that wall, now it's over there, and even the 2 computer monitors weren't always there. Well, I might as well go through this and show you it. First, let's go up to the wall. I already showed you the Sonic poster, but there's a new Super Mario Bros. Wii poster up there, a Mario's History poster, a Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadow poster that I got for seeing the movie, and here's my Super Mario Bros. 2016 calendar. Right there's a physical copy of the Ed's World book Toaster Brains. I always like reading this when I want to. I always want to look through these pages when I actually want to do some stuff for the movie, because I think it's very inspirational. And behind all that is a huge cardboard TARDIS cutout. Over there's a Super Mario 3D Land poster. And all this stuff over here. This box that's behind here, that's the box for the Doctor Who 11 Doctors figure set. And all the stuff that's here, there's like a little George Washington bobblehead. Yeah. Here's the box for Super Mario Maker, and here's a picture of Pal. It's very inspirational. I hate this part. I had to do that. Over here is a very nice lamp. It gets a... I actually use this as like a filming light sometimes. It doesn't have the best range, but it gets the job done alright. There's the Wii U gamepad. There's the Hop Hog. My 3DS on top of Mike's 3DS, which is the NES themed one, which I'm super jealous of. There's my actual computer, which is buried under all this stuff. And there's my microphone. I think I've said this before, but I'll say it again. This is an Audio-Technica ATR 2500, which I got after I made my Sunshine video and before my Mario Maker video, my first one. So the mic is sort of new, but the stand and the pop filter I've had for like maybe 3 years. Yeah, I've always used this, except for when I got the mic, which came with its own stand, which I stopped using after a while because it was just inconvenient. Let's see, I should talk about the Hop Hog for a second. Now, the Hop Hog is able to record HDMI footage and composite footage. And the composite cable, I can't talk. The composite cable was hooked up to the Wii so that I can record GameCube games and games on the emulators. But, I think it's in that bag, actually. Let's see. No, it's not in here. Anyway, the cable that hooks up component consoles to the Hop Hog broke. Well, the connector got bent. Mike can explain this better than I can, but he's not here right now. He's in school. Anyway, so the cable doesn't plug in or hook up anymore, and so we can't record footage off the Wii in high quality. So I have to use the vidbox. In fact, I actually used the vidbox for my next review. I'm not going to say what it is. Some of my Twitter followers probably already know, so you have to wait and see. But I can still record HDMI footage. I can still get footage off of the Wii U and stuff. So there you go. Anyway, over there, that's the Eddsworld. Those are the Eddsworld movie archives. This has everything related to the Eddsworld movie on it, and you can see it has a picture of turn the camera around. It has a picture of Ed with the duckbill, because why not? Very, very cool. And this is the Super Mario Adventures graphic novel reprint, which just recently came out. I pre-ordered this, and I got it on the day it came out, unlike some other things, but I'll talk about that later. I'm actually planning on shooting a video about this after I'm done with this, maybe. So, you'll probably see that. Anyway. Oh, wait, we should go to the drawers first. In this drawer, I have mostly... I'll probably blur that out later. I have some arts and crafts stuff, like pencils, papers, notebooks, sketches, doodly doodles, all that fun stuff. Come on, there we go. And in this cabinet, I have the most amazing, spectacular, unbelievable collection of nothing. There's nothing in this cabinet. I used to have VHS tapes in here, but I quickly moved them to the bedroom because we have a TV in there that has a built-in VCR, so I figured, what's the point of having these in here? Anyway, here's some Nintendo New York bags, which used to be called the Nintendo World Store before they changed it to Nintendo New York. In that bag, just some binders and papers and stuff. In this bag, mostly cables and wires and stuff. Over there are some shoes and some more papers. There's a power strip that... Wait, there we go. There's a power strip that has almost everything plugged into it. More shoes and a book for school, my sketchbook. And before we move on, while we're here, let's check out these drawers. Let's see. In this drawer, it's mostly... there's the Game Boy, and there's a PlayStation controller, some assorted games and batteries and stuff. In this drawer, I don't like to open this one, but it has most of the stuff that I use to build the desk, like screwdrivers and extra bolts and stuff. I don't like to open this one very often because it gets stuck, and you kind of have to slam it shut to get it closed. Wow, look at that orange light. My hoodie is just such a bright color. Where am I going? Anyway, in this drawer, mostly sketchbooks and stuff. But ooh, actually, here's an old Crash Bandicoot drawing that I did. not that bad, actually, especially, Aku Aku especially looks great. I feel like I could have done a better job with Cortex, but, you know, there's that. Anyway, let's get to the good stuff here. Here's my chair, my new chair, which has definitely seen better days, and probably wasn't built properly, because this thing leans back a lot. And, it's not screwed in properly enough. I might as well just end up getting a new chair, just because, I mean, it's comfortable, but it doesn't really get the job done that well. Then, you know, I'll probably keep it around for a little longer. Anyway, down here are some little collectibles. Like, there's some of my amiibos. There's Rob, Mario, Pac-Man, the Duck Hunt dog, and Mr. Game & Watch. Now, the cool thing about the about Duck Hunt, Rob, and Mr. Game & Watch is that they all came in a 3-pack, because I think for a while in the US you could only get them in a 3-pack. I figured, what the heck? I mean, you get more figures, and they're retro, so they're automatically cooler. Anyway, to the left and to the right are my speakers. They're very, very good speakers. And if I do say so myself, over here is the easy button.
That was easy.
It certainly was. And here are my monitors. This is the monitor that I've always used since I got my computer last year. But this one over here I just got recently. It's much bigger, and it's actually hooked up to HDMI, as opposed to this, which is a standard definition. This one is much better. It's much bigger, and everything looks so much better on it. Better is just the one word I can use to describe it. Over here is my webcam, like if I want to do some Skype calls with friends, and that stuff. Over here is my keyboard. I'm thinking about getting a new keyboard, because this is the keyboard that came with the computer. It works fine, but I like to get a new one at some point. And over here is my mouse, which is a very nice mouse. Oh, and this, I have to talk about this. Hold on. This is my kazoo. It's a Vine Sauce kazoo. I got this at Too Many Games when he came, and I just wanted to do that because I needed a kazoo for my You on Kazoo video. And wow, my camera is leaving marks on my knuckles. Anyway, up here there's a Luigi's Mansion poster up there. There's Lego Dimensions, some more Ed's World behind these huge Mario plushies. Oh, here's something I love doing. Hold on. You got Big Mario, Bigger Mario, Biggest Mario! I love doing that. Yeah, I got that plushie at Too Many Games, and that one I got at in New York. That's great. Up there's the Super Mario History soundtrack, the Amazing Spider-Man 2 soundtrack, pretty good by the way, and some VHS tapes behind the Mario Maker booklet. Over there is another amiibo stand with some Mario Party ones, some more Smash Brothers ones, and some Animal Crossing ones over there. You can't really see most of them because they're hiding behind these Tetris lights I got from ThinkGeek. Oh, excuse me, they're not plugged in. I just like keeping these around, and you can actually take them apart and put them in whatever position you want. Oh, and that little figurine right there. It's just something that somebody at Too Many Games gave to me. I don't know who he is or what he's from, but I'm going to keep him anyway. Oh, and behind that, there's a Kung Fu Panda 3 poster. Kung Fu Panda 3 is an amazing movie, by the way. Over here's a Sonic Colors poster, behind some Lego stuff. Here's some Lego Dimensions stuff. I don't have all the Lego Dimensions sets. I do have the basic one with Batman, Wildstyle, and Gandalf. But I also have the Doctor Who one with the Doctor, the TARDIS, and K9. I want to get the other Lego Dimensions kits. Like, I know there's another Doctor Who one, and there's a Ghostbusters one, and a Back to the Future one. I have to get the Back to the Future one, but I digress. Here's some actual Lego sets, mostly Lego Movie. Like, there's Emmett and Wildstyle, Good Cop, Bad Cop, the train where he's getting eaten by a crocodile. That's fun. Oh, and the molding chamber, or the melding chamber, whatever it's called. And here's our second Super Nintendo, the one that we got a few years ago that was replaced by the one down there. We never had the same Super Nintendo for all these years, but we end up replacing it a lot. This one in particular has yellowed quite a bit, and this one has the Super Game Boy in it that has Super Mario Land in it. But this isn't just any any Super Game Boy. This is a Super Game Boy autographed by Vinny from Vinesauce. Oh yeah. That's very, very cool. Let's put that back in. And go over to these handy little shelves. They slide, they don't actually open. So, in this one, I call it my childhood shelf because it has things related to my childhood in it, like some comic books in there, including the very important, the very important Super Mario Brothers bathing suit issue. Yeah, because that's important. I'll put that back later. But the big thing that this childhood shelf has are my Yu-Gi-Oh cards and other Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. Because I was a Yu-Gi-Oh kid growing up. I wasn't a Pokemon kid, I was a Yu-Gi-Oh kid. I have mangas, volumes 2, 16, and 19 of the original manga, and volumes 1 and 9 of 5Ds, which are the first and last ones. I don't have anything in between. But, yeah. Oh, you know what? One thing you probably didn't know about this Ninja Turtles poster, Donatello has a Super Nintendo controller wrapped around his wrist for some reason. And the artist poorly represented it, I say. Instead of a D-pad, you get like an orange, green circle. Orange? Am I colorblind? Anyway. Anyway. I already said that twice. Those are some boxes for my structure decks. That huge box right here, this is the Yugi's Legendary Decks box, which has all the decks that Yugi used in the series, including his Duelist Kingdom deck, his Battle City deck, and his Gadget deck. That's really cool. And this shoebox just has all my other cards. I might make a video showing off my Yu-Gi-Oh card collection, maybe. Who knows? Then there's just some various boxes over there, and my 4th and 5th grade picture right there. I used to be so cute. What happened to me? Anyway, sliding that over, we have this shelf. Over here is just some various PC games and CDs and soundtracks. Like over here, oh, you can see some of the Blue's Clues games on here that I reviewed, like ABC Time Activities and Treasure Hunt. Right here, here's the sound. Nope, that's not right. Here's the soundtrack to Majora's Mask. Not a big fan of the game. I like it, but the soundtrack is just amazing. Anyway, there's some Beatles CDs, some Christmas albums, and some more gaming soundtracks. Like here's the Super Smash Brothers one. Here's Bruno Floss's Bits of Me album signed by Bruno Floss. Awesome. And here's some Green Day albums, because I'm a huge Green Day fan. Here's American Idiot. And here's their new one, Revolution Radio. This is an amazing album as well. It's just so great to hear them sound like themselves again after Uno, Dos, and Tre, which are also great albums, but this is just better. Anyway, here's my 8-bit Mario amiibo in a display case, as it deserves to be. There's the 2013 Club Nintendo calendar, which I like to keep around for display purposes. Did Emmett pass out or something? Anyway, down here are some little figures. There's some Pac-Man arcade machines back there with the Ghostbusters logo, Pac-Man energy drink, some Atari controllers, Super Mario Maker Rubik's Cube, some little Mario figurines next to a penguin. Here's some 2 Lightning McQueen cars from the Pixar movies, because I actually like those movies. There's Fox McCloud, Link, 2 very awesome figures. And I'm not a Sonic fan, but I did have a passion for collecting the action figures. Like here's a classic Sonic, classic Tails, classic Knuckles, classic Amy, classic Metal Sonic, and classic Super Sonic back there. And a little Killer Flower. Oh, and back there is the Pull to Open sign from the Doctor Who TARDIS. Anyway, sliding that shelf, I have a whiteboard here, which I used to use for sketches when storyboarding the Eddsworld movie, but now I just use for a shopping list to remind me of things I need to buy, like a rug. I definitely need a rug, because this just plain wooden floor, not very exciting. Oh, and I need to get a Restaurant 5 as well. People told me that I don't need to get a Restaurant 5, or I shouldn't get it, but I'm still going to get it anyway. Anyway, over here is my Wallace and Gromit collection. Back there I have some storyboard books for Wrong Trousers and Close Shave. I have a World of Wallace and Gromit book over here. I have this very obscure Aardman Animations short film collection, which I tried playing in my VCR at one point and it didn't work. But maybe it just needed some time. Which is a shame, because this tape has some of my favorite Aardman short films on it, like War Story and Ident. If you haven't seen those, look them up on YouTube. They're really good. Over here are the Wallace and Gromit Grand Adventures games from Telltale. I have all 4 episodes on these 2 discs, which actually are from Europe, looking at the packaging, but they still work fine on my computer. Speaking of penguins, here's Feathers McGraw from Wrong Trousers. And here is the original trilogy of short films on VHS. This is how I used to watch the Wallace and Gromit shorts when I was a kid. And I had to get them on eBay again because these are just too valuable to me personally on a sentimental level. So yeah, that's my Wallace and Gromit collection. And going from one British phenomenon to another, here's my Doctor Who collection. Well, parts of my Doctor Who collection. This is mostly like, well, just assorted bits of Doctor Who memorabilia. Like there's the Yahtzee Dalek, there's the box for the Lego Doctor Who set. It's right here. There's the console. There's the police box, and some more figurines over here, like the Lego Doctors, Lego Daleks, Weaving Angels, a little light up TARDIS over there, Cyberman in a case, a Cyberman bust, mini Daleks. There's a little Zygon over there too. Just assorted pieces of memorabilia. Down here, some Coca-Cola bottles, because I collect Coca-Cola cans and bottles. That's very passionate collection, I guess. There are some Doctor Who boxes. There's the box for the 12th Doctor figure. And there are some Funko Pop vinyl boxes over there. Oh, speaking of which, I forgot to mention these guys. These are the Funko Pop 11th and 12th Doctor figures. I like to keep on my desk because they just look so cute there. I'm actually not a fan of the Pop Funko figures. They just generally look kind of weird to me. But I had to get these because these are actually kind of cool. I might get more actually if there's anything that I like associated with them. Anyway, here's some more Coca-Cola bottles over here. These have not changed since we moved to the new place. But you know what has? We did get curtains. We finally got some curtains in this place, which is very helpful if light sneaks in that we don't like. And yeah. Oh, and there's a shout out motorcycle. Anyway, there's a Hammer and Fail poster, another Eddsworld thing, and there's my digital arts project from my freshman year of high school. Very creative, I think. Over here, here's the keyboard I used for some of my musical stuff, and there's a fan to help make this room a bit less stuffy. It doesn't help that the windows are open too. Oh, and there's a slinky for some reason, and there's a water gallon. Sometimes when I'm shooting videos, if my throat isn't cooperating, I guess, then I'll drink out of that. It's very handy, I think. And over here, we got this fancy new shelf, which is another hand-me-down from our grandparents. On the top here, we have PlayStation games and 3DS games. Oh, this plug is so... Huh. There. Anyway, for PlayStation games, we have the Abomination... Oh, they're facing the wrong way, whatever. We have the Abomination that is Blues Big Musical. Then we have Crash Bandicoot, Crash Bandicoot 2, Crash Bandicoot 3, Crash Team Racing. Some of Mike's games like Final Fantasy 7 and Final Fantasy 9. Then we have Gex Enter the Gecko, which is a pretty funny game. And then there's Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, the Japanese version of Klonoa, Madden NFL 97, Metal Gear Solid, Motor Tune Grand Prix. Oh, Motor Tune Grand Prix, signed by Some Call Me Johnny. Very cool. Probably my biggest influence in making reviews. There's Namco Museum Volume 1, Namco Museum Volume 3, NHL 99, Pac-Man World, a great game, by the way. SpongeBob Super Sponge, Tail Concerto, which is a pretty rare PS2 game, but Mike got a while ago. It's pretty much like it's a spiritual predecessor to Solo to Robo over there. Anyway, there's Tetris Plus, Toy Story 2, and the Japanese version of Vib Ribbon, which is a pretty fun rhythm game. If you can find it on PSN, then definitely play it. Anyway, for 3DS games, we have 2 copies of Animal Crossing New Leaf. There's Epic Mickey Power of Illusion, Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, 2 copies of Link Between Worlds, and I think I explained that story in my previous video about the game room, but if you want a brief summary, my dog chewed up my first copy, so I got a new copy, and I'm stuck with 2 boxes. Anyway, here's Ocarina of Time 3D, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, Mario Kart 7, Mario Party Island Tour, Mario Tennis Open, Ugh. Get that out of here. Anyway, here's Pilot Wings Resort, Pokemon Y, that's Mike's, Sims 3, Sonic Generations, Sonic Lost World, Star Fox 64, Super Mario 3D Land, Super Smash Brothers, Tomodachi Life, Ultimate NES Remix, Yokai Watch, so much better than Pokemon, and Yoshi's New Island, very underrated in my opinion. Over here, just some various PS2 games, I think. Like, there's Cars, there's Crash Wrath of Cortex, there's Crash to Insanity, there's Ed, Edd n Eddy, there's The Incredibles, and Sonic Mega Collection Plus, and I think Japanese for Dummies. Yeah, I own the GameCube and PS2 versions of Ed, Edd n Eddy. Speaking of GameCube, here we are. Here we are with GameCube games. We have Animal Crossing, the original Animal Crossing, Ed, Edd n Eddy, The Misadventures, which I made a video about. There's Flushed Away, Karaoke Revolution Party, Luigi's Mansion, Mario Golf Toadstool Tour, Mario Kart Double Dash, Mario Party 7, Mario Superstar Baseball, Pac-Man Versus, and Pac-Man World 2. Very cool collection. Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, best RPG in my opinion. It's not the box, just the box for Sonic Adventure DX. Don't ask why. There's Sonic Gems Collection, very inappropriately named. Sonic Heroes, Sonic Mega Collection, Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom, which everybody says I need to review, but I'm not sure about it. Maybe in the future. I don't know. Super Mario Strikers, Super Mario Sunshine. Yes, that which shall be named, but you know, it's still not very good. There's Super Smash Bros. Melee, Wallace and Gromit and Project Zoo, and Yu-Gi-Oh! The False-Bound Kingdom. Just the box. Anyway, over here we have Wii U games, and just like 2 Wii games, because we have so many Wii games that they take up multiple shelves in this house. In this room, I mean. Anyway, here's Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival, still not very good. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, which I reviewed for Christmas last year. DuckTales Remastered, very good. Epic Mickey Power of 2. Hyrule Warriors, which I need to play again. Lego Dimensions, awesome game. Mario Kart 8. Let's see, Mario Party 10, very underrated in my... Shut up, birds! Anyway, there's NES Remix Pack. New Super Mario Bros. U. Nintendo Land. And yes, I did pre-order Paper Mario Color Splash. And here it is. You'll see something about it in the future. Yeah. Anyway, here's Scribblenauts Unlimited. Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed. Sonic Lost World. In this box, I have Star Fox Zero and Star Fox Guard. Star Fox Zero is a great game, in my opinion. It definitely doesn't deserve the hate. Anyway, here's Super Mario 3D World, which I really don't want to talk about anymore. There's Super Mario Maker, back in there. And here's Super Smash Brothers for Wii U. And for the 2 Wii games I have on this shelf, I have Sonic Colors, there it is, and Super Mario All-Stars 25th Anniversary. There are just birds attacking me everywhere! Anyway. On the PS2 shelf, let's see. It's going to be kind of dark, so just bear with me. Wow, it's really tight in here. Are all these games just stuck together? Wow, alright. I don't know if you can see it, but there's Agent Under Fire, James Bond. Just, wow, these games are really stuck together. There we go. Let's see, which one is this? This is Buzz the Mega Quiz. Probably shovelware. Here's a Crash Nitro Kart. ESPN 2K5, I think. It's Final Fantasy X-2. Guitar Hero 3. Yeah. Here's Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts 2. The Japanese version of Klonoa 2. Madden 2005. Madden 2007. Which one is this? MLB 2006. Why do we have so many sports games? Let's see. Here's the Japanese version of Moji Ribbon. I think it's a Japanese exclusive. NASCAR Thunder 2004. NHL 2004, Sims Bustin' Out, Sly Cooper 1, Sly Cooper 2, Sly Cooper 3. I really need to get into the Sly Cooper series, because those games are pretty cool. Oh, and here's SSX Tricky, another game that I made a video about. I'm sorry if it gets dark, by the way. Again, the lighting in this room is very bad. Anyway, last PS2 game we have here is Vib Ripple, the sequel to Vib Ribbon. Come on, show the damn cover. Whatever. Alright. Anyway, over here we have PS3 games. Here's Adventure Time. I think Adventure Time Explore the Dungeon because, I don't know. Great title. Here's Batman Arkham City. Here's Grand Theft Auto 4, which I do play Grand Theft Auto 4. Not for what you think. I actually just enjoy it for the driving. Anyway, here's Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5, Kingdom Hearts HD 2.5, Lego Batman 3, the game that came with the system. Here's Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, which I'm pretty sure is not a word. There's Minecraft, pretty fun, I guess, sometimes. Project Diva 2, best skating game ever, Skate 3, totally not glitchy at all. Here's Sonic Generations on PS3, and all 3 Uncharted games. There's Uncharted 1, Uncharted 2, and Uncharted 3. I'm so glad to own these, but I haven't beaten them all yet. I've only played through the first Uncharted, which is an amazing game, so I'm really excited to get to the sequels. Anyway, for the last of the Wii games, we have Super Mario Galaxy 2, 2 copies of Super Paper Mario because one of them doesn't work anymore. There's Super Smash Bros. Brawl, Wario Land Shake It, Wii Music, Wii Play, Wii Sports, and, oh, Wii Sports Resort. Nothing under here. So let's go over here, where you can see my new tripod. Yeah, with the new camera, I got a new tripod. So, it works a lot better, and the handle is kind of like a gun, which is kind of weird. Down here is a little power strip, which the fan and both the fan and the Wii remote charger are plugged into it. Over there is a MIDI cable. Excuse me. Over there is a MIDI cable that I use to hook up my keyboard to the computer to do my music stuff. Back there is a keytar and novelty light-up sword. There's my camera bag. Up there's a old TV with the Atari flashback on top. There's a Minecraft creeper, an old-fashioned radio, our first GameCube from 2006, and my high school graduation picture. Very nice. Over here, I think issues 199 to 273 of Game Informer magazine. We didn't renew our subscription to Game Informer, so we're not really subscribed to them anymore. But we just keep the magazines for some reason. And again, I'm not a Sonic fan, but I really enjoy collecting the figures. Oh, poor Silver. Poor Silver. Getting run over. Oh, that's sad. Yeah, we have a lot of these. I can't go through all of them because this video is already long enough as it is. Down here's the Doctor Who shelf. This is where the rest of the Doctor Who stuff goes. Up there's... Oh, this is great. The newest addition to the collection. The 12th Doctor's Sonic Screwdriver. Very, very cool. Alright, just get back up there. There we go. I have a lot of figures here, as you can see. Oh, there's a dog again. Anyway, this is mostly a Yokai Watch shelf. You can see there's a Jibanyan head pillow. Very nice. And there's... I forget the name, but very cute. Some boxes, little figurines. And there's the Wii Remote charger over there as well. And over there, that's actually the SNES mouse pad. And in this cabinet, I can't really open it all the way because it's blocked. In the cabinet, you can see some controllers, like a Wii and GameCube and all that good stuff. Over here is a big guitar poster. Under that, above that, I mean, all the Doctors. And then Legend of Zelda Symphony of the Goddesses, which I went to go see a couple of years ago, which a phenomenal concert, despite not being like a huge Zelda fan. And those are the 3D glasses that we got when we saw the Radio City Christmas Spectacular, which was quite a pleasant experience. I recommend you check it out. Over here, one of the biggest changes to the room, the couch. We finally got a couch. This is actually something that we got over at the church that my mom works at. And, oh, there's a PS3 controller. And it's a very, very comfortable couch. You've seen this in a lot of my videos. I think the first video you saw this in was probably the revisiting of Super Mario Maker, if I'm correct. Yeah, actually, that might be right. It's got a big rip in the back right there, but it's still a very comfortable couch. I don't like how the cushions always push out, but, you know, it's a couch, so of course. Anyway, on that table over there is all Mike's computer stuff. Like his actual computer and mouse and headphones and stuff. Over here are some pictures of San Francisco, New York with the Twin Towers, and a mushroom. I just figured they're paintings of two of my favorite cities in the country, and then there's a mushroom. Very nice. Oh, and I think you might recognize this guy. It's Comfort Penguin! Hello, Comfort Penguin. He's wearing my old hat, you can see. I say old hat because I'm wearing this new one. It's kind of fits me better for the stuff that I do. Wow. Ugh. Bad smell. Yeah, I got a new hat. I'm not gonna wear that one anymore, just because it doesn't really fit well with this hoodie. I think it actually fits better with the old orange hoodie that I had that I gave to Ronnie, my girlfriend, because, you know, she always wanted it. Anyway, Comfort Penguin is sitting on this recliner, which has definitely seen better days, I think. In these closets, they're sliding doors, but they're mostly just boxes and assorted messes of stuff. Like there's the box for my microphone, amoeba boxes. There's the box for my old camera. As you can see, my old camera was the HFR 600, and below that is the box for my new camera, which is the HFR 700. So basically, my new camera is exactly the same as my old camera, but you know, slightly updated, I guess. All right, we'll close that up and move over to this shelf. This shelf has just not changed at all. My huge Mario collection, it still hasn't changed one bit, except for maybe some new additions in there. Oh, and a little ad for Bob's for Dogs. Yeah. Down here, various other collectibles. Not that many changes, like I said. Yeah, oh, there's a Trailer Drake's business card, which he gave to me when he came to Too Many Games last year. I kept it because, well, it's Trailer Drake. I mean, he's awesome. And if you're not subscribed to him, subscribe to Trailer Drake. That's down here. DVDs of all shapes and sizes, including the complete series of Monty Python's Flying Circus, the best TV show ever. Let's see. Let's go through the movies. There's Doctor Who Series 3, sorry. There's the complete series of Mario 3, another Mario 3 DVD. The entire Back to the Future trilogy. Back to the Future, in my opinion, is the best movie ever. If you haven't seen it, see it. It's incredible. Anyway, here's Creature Comforts, Season 2, the Doctor Who 50th Anniversary Special, Seasons 7, 8, 9, and 10 of Friends. I actually don't watch Friends. I just got these because Ronnie, my girlfriend, is obsessed with Friends. She and her family are obsessed with Friends, so I just got it because of that. A show I am a big fan of is Futurama, and I have Volume 1 here. There's this movie called I'll Be There. Hold on if I can get it out. There we go. It's co-written, directed by, and stars Craig Ferguson. If you watch The Late Late Show, who is also a Doctor Who fan. Funny thing about this movie, Craig Ferguson stars in it, directs it, and co-wrote it. And he's a huge Doctor Who fan. And this movie actually features some actors and actresses who later went on to appear in Doctor Who, including Joanna Lumley, who is Kate Stewart. It's a pretty interesting fact for any Whovians out there. Anyway, there's The Iron Giant, phenomenal film. There's the Lizzie McGuire movie, I don't know why I have that. There's The Muppets, Nostalgia Critic Reloaded, Open Season 2, Open Season 3, Saturday Night Live, Best of Adam Sandler, Yu-Gi-Oh! Training DVD, Shaun the Sheep, Shrek 2, Shrek 4. I have the second and fourth movies, not the first and third, because I don't really like those ones. Anyway, there's South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. Funny film. Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3. Yes, Strong Bad Emails, Disc 5. Huge Homestar Runner fan. Had to get this. I'll worry about that later. Let's see. There's the Super Mario Brothers movie, which I am going to review eventually. I don't know when, but I will. Here's the Best of Super Mario Brothers Super Show, which ironically has some of the worst episodes. So why it's called the Best of, I have no idea. There's King Koopa Catastrophe, Koopa Chronicles, Mario Brothers Mix, Showdown in Brooklyn. There's Toy Story 1 and 2, then there's Toy Story 3, Up, the Wallace and Gromit collection, which has all 4 short films, Wallace and Gromit, The Curse of the Were-Rabbit, Wreck-It Ralph, and Yellow Submarine, one of my favorite movies. Yeah, on this shelf, there's a box for the Mario Party 10 bundle. There's the NES with the N64 and Namco Museum 64 in it. I actually tested out the N64 again, see if it works with the game, and it doesn't, unfortunately, so I'm going to have to end up getting a new one. There's our second GameCube, and 2 old Retron NES clone consoles. The reason why I say second GameCube is because in the 10 years that we've owned the system, we've gone through at least 3 of them, because the first 2 GameCubes that we owned, the disc readers broke on both systems. So we ended up getting a third one, and it works perfectly fine. Over here, there's some books underneath the PS1. There's Ready Player One, which is actually my aunt's. She's letting me borrow it. I haven't read it yet, because I'm still reading Console Wars. This is an amazing book. If you are interested in gaming or anything related to the console wars between Nintendo and Sega in the 90s, read this book. This is a really good book. I forget what this is. This is my high school diploma, maybe? Some colored pencils, and an N64 game, which doesn't work anymore, and not much of a shame because it's Rugrats in Paris, the movie, the game. Yeah, not really disappointed with that. And finally, on this shelf down here, we got some books, like the Doctor Who Vaults, some Mario music books, some strategy guides, volumes of Shonen Jump, yearbooks, more Doctor Who. Oh, and then there's this, John Cleese's book, called So Anyway, and you can see it's a signed copy because, find it in here. Yes, it is indeed signed by John Cleese. That is amazing. So, it's such an honor to own this book. As you can see right there, they have my other 2 PlayStation 2s. We have 5 of them. I don't know how we ended up with that many. There's an old Speed Racer journal, Pokemon X and Y book, Manga Messiah, which the name alone is hilarious. It's a manga about the story of Jesus Christ. I'm not kidding, it's pretty funny. The Dr. FAQ, some Minecraft books, SNES boxes, and a little sketch pad that has some Ezra movie stuff in it. And that's about it for this shelf. And over here, there's an amplifier and just some coats on the rack. Oh, and over here is a bag for all the accessories to my Link figure. Well, that took longer than I thought it would. So, yeah, that's the new game room. Well, I shouldn't say new anymore, because we've been living here for like a year now. Those are all the things that are different about the place. Obviously, quite a few things are different. And some things are kind of the same, like the TV and, you know, just things of that nature. But, yeah, it's quite amazing how much this room has changed since we first came here. And I'm sure it's going to change a lot more in the future, so I'm definitely going to do this I'm definitely going to keep this like a once a year thing. So if you're interested, then that's great. I hope you look forward to more of these. Excuse me. I hope you look forward to more of these. And I'm not sure how to end this video, so I guess I'll end it like I normally do. With that said, this is Mark, aka Super Smash 3DS, bidding you all a smashing farewell. And if you have any other questions, let me know in the comments. Take care, guys. It's time for another game room tour of questionable qualities. Hello, everybody. This is Mark. I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. Hold on, let me just fix the lighting in here. Man, actually, screw it. We're gonna do it like this. I don't care. I'll fix it in post, maybe. Anyway, if you've been subscribed to my channel for a while now, you might have noticed that for the past 2 years, I've been doing game room tour videos once a year.
we're getting around that time where I should probably make another one. So this is my third annual game room tour video. It's the same room that I've made my previous videos about, but as you can see just from looking around, there are some significant changes. Very, very, very significant changes. Let me fix this. There. Now that's the biggest change of all. So, once again, we're going to take a tour of the room, see what's changed, see what hasn't changed. There's quite a lot of things to talk about in terms of changes and small little additions, but we're going to try this out. I'm not fully into this, and I'm not fully pampered, I guess, for this, but we're going to try this. We're going to try this out, see if it works. And what I'm going to do differently this year from what I've done the previous years is I'm not going to go through every single piece of my collections, or I'm not going to go through all my PS3 games. I'm not going to go through all my Blu-rays or my DVDs. I'm just going to label them out. Label them out as in like what kind of collections are on the shelves. Excuse me. This is unedited, so what you see is what you get. So, hopefully that'll make things go by a little quicker, and hopefully I won't bore you too much with what I have to talk about. So, starting from the beginning, let's go over here. This particular part of the room hasn't really changed much. I still have this Super Paper Mario Burger King thing on the wall, and this little trick-or-treat basket hanging there, and I've still got these posters up here, with some other posters added. But this shelf is the first part of the room to receive the most changes, because almost all the games that are on this shelf were previously on that shelf, but now we move them over here. So to start from the top, here's the Nintendo Switch, and right next to it is the Wii U gamepad, standing on the charging cradle. Oh, and there's me. Hello! You're doing a terrible job! Thank you, me. Anyway, on this shelf I've got my Blu-rays and some Yokai Watch cake toppers. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, another thing you might notice compared to the other game room tour videos is that there are less games and movies than I had in my other videos. And that's because, for those who don't know, this room, I shared this room with my brother Mike, and just last month, which was September, he went off to college. Well, it's a community college, so he still comes back every so often, but he took a lot of his stuff with him, including his movies, his games, and even the PS3. I gave him the PS3 because of what you're going to see later on. So there's less games and movies and less collectibles than there were in the other videos. So yeah, and that's because he took all of his stuff with him, almost all of his stuff. Like, he didn't take any of the Yokai Watch stuff. So that's why, for example, the cake toppers are still here, because he didn't bother taking those. Alright, moving on. On this shelf here, I got my PS1 games, NES games, and some PS2 games in jewel cases. So, because these were like from GameStop and they didn't come with their actual boxes. Then on this shelf here, I got PS2 games. Some of them were Mike's, but he didn't take them because he doesn't have any way of playing like component consoles or AV consoles on his setup. So, there you go. On this shelf, there's Super Nintendo games, some CDs, and then on this shelf, I got PS3 games and one PS4 game, which is, of course, the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, which I still haven't made a review on. I'm surprised I haven't gotten to that at this point. Question. Even if it's too late to do that now, with the hype being down and everything, would you guys still be up for seeing me review Insane Trilogy? Let me know, so I'll put it into consideration. Then we got the bottom two shelves here, which is mostly just random crap. Oh, and there's the Game Boy Advance and the Roxio, which is how I've been recording some footage now. And then we got some boxes for different controllers there, like the GameCube controller, Smash Bros. Edition, and the Wii U Pro controller. And then boxes for games that we either lost the discs for or are damaged to the point where we can't play them anymore. And then some random collectibles there, like the Fennekin plush, which is Mike's. And, yeah, not really much else to talk about there. So then we get to the TV. The TV setup. It's about the same as before, but a lot of stuff has been moved around, and some stuff has been added. Of course, the Switch is one of them. But right here, I finally got a PS4. I saved a whole bunch of money to buy my own PS4. This was used off Amazon. It was the only way I could afford to get a console and the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. That was to buy a PS4 used, and that's what I did. Anyway, there's the cable box, in case I ever feel like watching TV. There's the Wii U. And then here's some stuff, some consoles that aren't connected to the TV, well, except the GameCube. The GameCube's connected. And there's the PS1 and the PS2 with the wireless GameCube controller. There's my original NES, well, NES shell, because the hardware itself is long gone. Then there's the Nintendo 64, the Wii, remotes for the cable box and the TV. And, oh, and you can't really see it because it's black on black, but there's the sensor bar right there. Alright, now we get to the first big change made to the room, which is this corner of the room. If you remember, this is where my desk used to be. My desk used to be right over here, but now it's over here. And I think this was a really nice change because it just opens up a lot more open space. Not just for this corner, but for this corner as well. And everything just looks a lot nicer this way. So this shelf here, let's see, over here I got DS games and 3DS games. And on the second shelf, GameCube games, Wii games. Then the Wii games continue down here, ending with the Wii U games. And then on the bottom, there's my Super Nintendo. And this is the box that my PS4 came in. But now I'm using the box to hold all my Sonic the Hedgehog figures. Because since I'm not a Sonic fan, and since I don't really collect the Sonic the Hedgehog figures anymore, I didn't really bother putting them up on display anywhere on these shelves. So now it's just now they're just kind of sitting there, doing nothing, gathering dust. Now some new additions. Well, the Super Mario Brothers calendar is still there. But I got this awesome Super Mario World poster at Nintendo New York. So that's really awesome. And then this shelf is pretty much the same as it was before. Got the radio on top, which doesn't work. And I got my 12th Doctor Sonic Screwdriver. Wait. There we go. That's the best one. Of course, there's the lamp to bring some light into the room. And on this shelf, I've got some soundtrack CDs, including some game soundtracks. A little bit of this is for Charlie Brown Christmas. These are some Green Day albums, and here's the Hamilton cast album because I just love this show. And then some PC games like the Blue's Clues ones, some others. And here's my old 3DS, my 3DS XL. And some random collectibles in here like the Sonic statue and the Ghostbusters logo. And then the Doctor Who collection starts here, because I'm still pretty big into Doctor Who. This shelf has TARDISes, including some Doctors, the 7th and 11th. Actually, this is the 12th Doctor's TARDIS, but I just put 11 there, because they kind of shared the same console room, so there we go. And in this jar, I keep my Sonic screwdrivers, with a little 11 there. And some more Doctor Who action figures here, including the other Doctors, K9, some Daleks, and a Cyberman. Then this shelf, some more random collectibles. They're my amiibo, a little Sonic figure, and some Back to the Future stuff, because, you know, Back to the Future is like the best movie ever. There's the DeLorean, a Hot Wheels DeLorean, and some Marty McFly Pops, like the original Marty and the 2015 Marty, where he's on the hoverboard with the self-drying jacket. This shelf, Coke bottles, because I love collecting Coca-Cola stuff. And over there is the only physical Switch game I have before I get Super Mario Odyssey in 2 weeks. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Still, probably one of the best games I ever played. And then finally on the bottom shelf, there's a Wii Remote charger, a Bowser Jr. plush, a Marty McFly, a really weird looking Marty McFly statue, I must add. The easy button, which doesn't work. That's the New York Yankees ice cream bowl. So it's shaped like a New York Yankees hat, but you flip it around and you can use it as an ice cream bowl. And my dad got one of these for me when he went to a Yankees game, which is pretty cool. And then back here, Guitar Hero controllers maybe, and a keytar. My keytar doesn't work though, and I haven't used it in a long time. This shelf is pretty much the same too, only I moved it from over there to over here. On the top, what you can see, there's the Luigi's Mansion 2 poster behind there, Lego Dimensions, Ed's World, and since I moved the desk, I was able to uncover all this wall space. So over here, I got a Sonic Generations poster, Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time 3D, and here, this is an autographed picture of Charles Martinet that I got from an event where I got to meet him in person, and I gave him a drawing. And I should probably make a video about that story. It's a really fun story. But yeah, I finally got to meet Charles Martinet, and it was exciting. So on the shelf, there's this TV that doesn't work. I think that's Komo-san from Yokai Watch, or Komo-san, I forget. I don't know what the name is. These are some of my sketchbooks, because I have a lot of sketchbooks. And some more collectibles here, like little Mario. Woohoo! Oh, mamma mia, get me down from here! No, you stay there. I'm crazy. This is one of Mike's Rubik's Cubes, and some more Back to the Future Pops, including the Doc and Marty in the DeLorean. It's awesome. And then, on this shelf, got some comic books, issues of Game Informer, Ripley's Believe It or Not, and some strategy guides, and the art and making of Peanuts animation. It's a book about the process when it comes to making the Charlie Brown, Snoopy television specials. It's a really interesting book, and I recommend you check it out. On this shelf, got some more books, some manga, like Shonen Jump and Yokai Watch. The Ocarina of Time manga's in there, too. This is one of my old sketchbooks. And here's the Super Mario Adventures graphic novel, which I think I said last year that I was going to make a review of it, but I never got around to it. Again, like with Crash Bandicoot and Sane Trilogy, let me know if you want to see me actually talk about this book, because I think it'd be a lot of fun to talk about. And I think it's worth talking about, but now it's stuck in there. Well, you know what? There. Non-edited, folks. And there's the box for my 7th Dr. TARDIS. And then down here, just a bunch of boxes in general. Like, there's the box for the Switch, box for the Switch Pro controller, everything else, the Pops. And then in this cabinet, I keep controllers. So, gotta be careful not to knock all this stuff over. So open this other door. These are where I keep all the controllers. Like over here you can see there's the Switch Pro controller, and this is the PlayStation Dual Analog. It's not a Dual Shock. It's not the first Dual Shock. It's a Dual Analog. So it doesn't have the vibration feedback, but it has the concave joysticks and the longer grips. This is actually one of my favorite PlayStation controllers, and not many people really know about this controller. And when I tried to find one, like on eBay or Amazon, there were very few listings, but whenever I could find a listing, they were like $30 or highest $50, and I managed to find this at Too Many Games for $5, because it was in like a $5 controller bin. So that was quite a steal. Thank you, Game Dave, for bringing more attention to it. So yeah, there's more controllers there, and more down here. Not really much new except for the Switch Pro controller, which is now becoming one of my favorite controllers of all time, just because it feels really good, man. Except for the D-pad. The D-pad is just okay. Not the best, not the worst, just meh. Alright, moving on. Another new addition to the room is this keyboard. There's my old keyboard over here. This is the one that I used to use for like when I would do music and stuff. But when I was at a rummage sale recently, I found this, which is a much nicer keyboard, you can get a lot more sounds from it. Like, I play a lot better with my right hand. I'm using my right hand to hold the camera right now, so like I can't really noodle as well with my left hand. Yeah. But yeah, it's got a lot of great sounds on it, including 324. You get the NES sound. Yeah. I would play a lot better if I wasn't using my right hand. Anyway, on the music stand here, I got this Super Mario piano book. Not that I need it, because I play by ear, and I pretty much know all the music already. And I have an issue of the Adventures of the Super Mario Brothers comic book series published by Valiant. And don't ask why I have this one in particular, because the eBay listing just listed a random issue of the comic, and that happened to be the one I got. So, keep your comments to yourselves. Down here, there's an arts bin, like a bunch of art supplies for drawing, because I draw a lot too. And some more of my sketchbooks. Underneath that is the sustain pedal for the keyboard, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work on this particular model, probably because it's not a Yamaha brand, it's a Roland brand. So, Yamaha keyboards seem to be very, very picky with what you are allowed to use for it. But the MIDI cable works fine. And there's a little Hess truck down there. Moving on to another big change. The desk. The desk is now in this corner of the room instead of that one. Actually, I think this looks pretty nice over here, especially with the director's chair. I used to have a computer chair, but then that broke, so I used a dining room chair, and that wasn't uncomfortable. Then I decided to use this, and it makes sense for the kind of work that I do, so I just kept it like this. Here's my microphone. If you want to know what type it is, good for you. Oh, and this is my movie ticket stub for when I went to see Inside Out with a friend from my freshman year of high school. That was the first time we were seeing each other in 3 years, so we decided to do something special and go see the movie. Anyway, moving on to something less depressing. Here's a big Doctor Who poster up here, which is going to be pretty outdated now that Jodie Whittaker is going to become the Doctor pretty soon. There's a Grand Theft Auto 3 poster behind this big, weird-looking Mario plushie, and a lint roller, because I have a lot of cat hair on my clothes. There's a Super Mario 3 Land poster up there, some Mario Kart 8 toys of Mario and Luigi, which I kept in the box because I have enough Mario and Luigis already. And there's a picture of New York City with the Twin Towers, because it just looked really nice. There's a picture of a mushroom that Mike made. Here's the poster for Zelda Symphony of the Goddesses. And moving back down here actually, that huge Nintendo bag is actually full of comic books, or duplicate comic books, that I was thinking about selling, either on eBay or whatever. I'm just keeping them around for now. I don't know what to do with them, but I'll figure something out. There's the case for my laptop. There's a box of honeycomb, but, excuse me, a box of honeycomb, but promoted with Super Mario Odyssey, because apparently they're doing like a big contest. I ripped the back a little bit, because there's like a code inside, where you could win a prize pack. I entered, but I'm probably not going to win, so boo. By the way, if you notice the floor is a little messy at all, I would have vacuumed in here before I shot this video, but the vacuum cleaner doesn't work, so again, what you see is what you get. On the shelf, pretty much the same. There are some amiibo up here on this little stand. The Tetris lights. Some random collectibles up here, like Pac-Man collectibles, the Atari controllers. Our original DS, 3DS, and DSi models. The Fox McCloud and Link figures. My 30th anniversary Super Mario Brothers amiibo. And then this portion is mostly just from my Lego collection. Like, here's the Lego Yellow Submarine, some Lego movie sets, and some Lego Dimensions stuff, including the Doctor, Marty McFly, and the basic pack. And yeah, it's really nice. Oh, and we can't forget everyone's favorite Indiana Jones and the King of the Crystal Skull character, Rockington. Still keep Rockington around, hidden behind the lint roller. I don't know why I didn't notice him before, but hello! Alright, moving on down. Let's slide this over. And in this shelf, got some high school yearbooks, high school yearbooks. Boxes for my original 3DS and Mike's original 3DS. There's this Too Many Games pamphlet here, signed by a whole bunch of YouTubers, including Someone Call Me Johnny, I think Ant Dude signed it, Gerard the Completionist, Vinny from Vinesauce, James Rolfe, the Angry Video Game Nerd. On top of that is some Mario collectibles, like the box for Super Mario Maker, the Mario Maker Idea Book, Mario Maker Rubik's Cube. And then in this shelf here, messy assorted collectibles here, including kazoos, some Sonic figures. And this is where I keep all my Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, because I'm still really big into Yu-Gi-Oh. I've got some Yu-Gi-Oh manga here, a deck of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, a little mini poster. Oh dear, it fell. A little mini poster for Yu-Gi-Oh! The Dark Side of Dimensions, which I went to go see in theaters. Here's my ticket stub for Dark Side of Dimensions. And in this big shoebox, I keep all my Yu-Gi-Oh cards, including like structure decks and stuff. Really nice. And then in this shelf is where I keep my Wallace and Gromit stuff, because I'm a huge Wallace and Gromit fan. So you have the original short films, the PC games, and some books, including storyboard books behind here, and this obscure PC game from 1996, I believe? Yeah. And then here's some more Doctor Who stuff, including the Lego Doctor Who set, Dalek Yahtzee, some Doctor Who Pops, another Dalek, and and some more boxes for other collectibles. Here's my 3DS. It's charging right now because it's dead. And here's my deck. Well, actually, I use Yugi's deck, but hey, look, it's Pot of Greed. Gee, I wonder what that card does. Anyway, so this is the desk. Not many big changes except for just the placement of it. Because again, it was in this corner, but now it's over here. But it works a lot nicer over there because it just opens up a lot more walking space, and it's easier to get to the controllers in that cabinet. So, and it's a very comfortable place. I can just walk in and just easily get to my desk without having to walk past all this other stuff. Well, all that was. So there's my desk, and moving on, here's the couch. The couch has seen better days. Like, if you look all the way over here, that's the inside of the couch. You can see the metal springs right here. It's falling apart pretty badly, so I just threw some throw pillows on it to make it look a little nicer. Yeah, pretty nice. There's my laptop. Got a new laptop. It's a black HP laptop that runs Windows 10. Yay. There's the controller for the PS4, which is probably, like the Switch Pro controller, this is one of the best controllers I've ever held. It feels really good, man, and it's got that light glow and just made everything go dark around it. So I'm going to pull it away and put it back. Yeah, I was using the PS4 to watch YouTube videos. There you go. Also, I got these at the same rummage sale that I got the keyboard, the throw pillows, I mean, because they're really soft and they're orange. You can't really tell in the lighting, but they're orange. And, orange is like the best color. There's another lamp, and this is the messy corner of the room. I got end tables over here. Well, just one. The other one's probably in the closet. And there's electronics bin. Well, it's a trash can, but I put electronics in it, like cables and other stuff. Here's the trash can. The trash can. Because we get a lot of garbage in this room. Well, I do now, since it's mostly my room now, since Mike's not here. There's not much in it now, just like Pop-Tart wrappings and stuff. And there's my tripod, which I use to put this little camera on when I'm filming stuff for my channel. And finally, this is the only portion of the room that hasn't really changed at all. The Mario collection here is the same, the plushies, the figures, the other collectibles. Wait, have I gotten new things? No, I haven't gotten anything since then. And then this shelf has changed a little bit. All this stuff that used to be on top of that shelf is now over here. It's a bit messier now, and I probably should have tidied it up before, but who cares? So yeah, everything is about the same here. Like, there's the Japanese version of Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. Here's this is a gift that my aunt got me for my birthday. It's the ultimate Frank Sinatra collection. It's a collection of Frank Sinatra's 100 best songs on like 4 discs, and it's amazing. His music is incredible, and I love this. Oh, and also here's a little Game Dave pin that I got from Game Dave himself at Too Many Games. He's a really funny guy, and I'll probably put a link to his channel in the description. Maybe. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'll do that. I'll give Dave a little love. And this, I don't know if this shelf has changed at all. Again, it's messy like the top shelf, but this is mostly collectibles like the Super Mario World instruction manual framed. Actually, all this stuff used to be on top of here, but now it's here. There's the box for Nintendo Land that comes with the Luigi remote. There's a weird bundle. I'm gonna say, I don't know how that makes sense. Finally, on the bottom here, we're gonna wrap this up pretty shortly. These are all the DVDs. These are all these, mostly my DVDs, because yeah, I still watch DVD. I haven't fully upgraded to Blu-ray just yet. At the end, I got the box for Mario Party 10, the bundle that came with the Mario Amiibo, and then I got some books here because sometimes I read. Like here's So Anyway by John Cleese, and it's an autographed copy. I didn't actually meet John Cleese in person to get this autographed. This was a Christmas gift from my aunt. So there's that. Also, I got Console Wars. This is a book that I got in Michigan one year when I went to visit my girlfriend. And I hear they're making a movie out of this, and I'm really curious to see it because the book is really good. Then over here, jackets hanging on this rack, including this one that's part of my review costume. It used to be my pea coat, but it's been getting pretty hot in here lately, and wearing this jacket for a long period of time, it makes you a little hot. This one's much lighter and it looks a bit nicer. So I've switched to this one. And then finally, there's a box for Mike's record player and just an amplifier. And that's about it for this game room tour. Of course, the biggest changes have been the addition of the Switch, the PS4, and the position of all these shelves and the position of the desk, plus the addition of the keyboard. But aside from that, it's still pretty much the same place. I'd like to make some more changes to the room at some point in the future. This poster looks like it's falling off. There we go. So I'd like to make some more changes to this room at some point in the future, like maybe add some wall shelves to put more collectibles on, or maybe get a smaller desk and put a bigger shelf over here. But that's in the future. Personally, I think this is probably the best layout that the room has ever had. Like it's very comfortable. There's a lot of walking space, and it doesn't feel cramped. It feels very comfortable and very homely, I suppose. I'm gonna sit down. There we go. So that's the 2017 Game Room Tour update, I suppose. You're probably not gonna see me again until Christmas when I review Super Mario Odyssey, because that is definitely still happening. Everyone who's been asking me about it, are you going to review Super Mario Odyssey? Of course I am. There was no way I was not going to review it. So I'm definitely reviewing that at Christmas. But if you want to see me do a video on the Crash Bandicoot N. Sane Trilogy or the Super Mario Adventures graphic novel, please let me know, because I don't want to leave you guys hanging while I'm working on the Eddsworld fan movie and all that. Speaking of which, I am doing a new series on that channel called Eddsworld Recap. In that series, I talk about almost every single Eddsworld episode, and I put out a new video every single day until October 28th, because that'll be the last day that a video comes out for that series. Also on the Eddsworld Fan Movie channel, I do a series called the Pretty Swell Podcast. That's once every week, where this week I wasn't in it because I was busy, but generally, every single Friday, I do a podcast with someone from the movie or with a friend, and we just talk about whatever's on our mind. So if you want to see more of me then you can go over to the Edsworld Fan Movie channel for Edsworld Recap and the Pretty Swell podcast. And if you want to hear my clearly beautiful voice some more, so you can do that. With that said, that's about it for the end of this video. I should probably finish this now. You can go ahead, again, check me out on the Edsworld Fan Movie, but also like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, and I'll see you at Christmas for Super Mario Odyssey, maybe sooner, if you really want me to come back and do Crasher, the graphic novel. I'm repeating myself at this point, but you're probably used to that right now. So, with that said, this is Mark, aka Mark Lavallo, bidding you all a smashing farewell. Bye-bye-bye-bye-bye-bye. Game room tour, we're doing it all again. Should have had more time to prepare a decent song, but hello! Welcome to my annual game room tour, something that's kind of become a tradition at this point. I apologize if I look disgusting or sweaty. I just spent the last 20 minutes tidying up the place, taking out all the dishes and all the gross stuff and all the clothes are lying around, reorganizing couches. So if I look disgusting or sweaty, then you'll understand why. I'm also, the reason why I tidied up is because I'm actually going to be filming my Super Mario Brothers movie video pretty soon. So if you see these papers over here, these are, well, the one on the bottom, that's my script, and the fake script on top, that's a prop that I'm going to be using for the video. So I'm going to be showering after I finish filming this, so you won't have to look at disgusting Mark for the video, so that's good. For this one, you'll have to put up with me. I'm sorry. So as you can tell, the game room looks drastically different from last year. For one thing, it's an entirely different room. It's a lot bigger. We have 2 couches now, and the ceiling is a lot lower. I can actually reach up and touch it without having to get up on a couch or jump or things like that. And I think I explained this in an update video, but the reason why we moved the game room, we didn't move to different houses. We didn't move to a different house. We actually, the original game room used to be upstairs, but we moved it downstairs. So this is a 2-story house, and we moved it into what's kind of the basement. I guess it's kind of a basement, but it's more like a den. And the reason why is because, well, we just wanted more space, and also being upstairs, the game room was a lot smaller, and also my sister Sophie lives with us with her son. So because she does most of her work upstairs, it would make more sense for her to have her bedroom and her son's bedroom upstairs. So yeah, that's why we moved down here. And as a result, not only do we move our game room down here, but our bedroom is actually down the hall. But we're not going to see that because it's disgusting, much like me. So this is going to be a really fun game room tour because everything is different. New room, new layout, bigger space, everything. So we're just going to go through that and see what's, well, everything's going to be different, so there's no point in seeing what's changed because everything's changed. So let's start over here. Up here, right as you walk in, you'll see I got the Lego Dimensions poster up there and the map of Los Santos from Grand Theft Auto 5. This is an oil burner emergency switch, and this is the light switch for the room. See, the light just turned off. I can turn it back on. Here's a fly swatter. I got 2 here because we get a lot of spiders and creepy crawlies and whatnot. This door actually leads into the laundry room because the laundry room is right through here. Oh, sorry, camera. Yeah, so we don't go into this room that often. But also, you're going to notice that I didn't take the time to vacuum, so there's going to be some dust and weird specks everywhere. I hope you don't mind. Behind these 2 adorable little plushies here is what somebody in the comments on my Super Mario Maker revisiting video, a steroids poster. Wait, Now it's steroids. Actually, it's asteroids. Because this poster came with my Atari flashback console that I don't use anymore because it doesn't work. And then we got the little Mario right here. Next was little buddy Yoshi. And then they have this VHS shelf. These are this is most of my VHS tape collection. I still collect VHS tapes because I have a sort of guilty pleasure for the what's it, the format. So I got some smaller cases up here and the big box, mostly Disney movies down here. I don't know why, I just like collecting Disney movies on VHS. And actually this area over here, and this isn't related to the game room, but this is another space that we didn't take the time to reorganize yet. But we're gonna work on that. And here's Comfort Penguin, just chilling. Yeah, like a boss. Anyway, this light isn't always here. This isn't always here. This actually came from the bedroom, but I used it as sort of a filming light. I'm going to be using it to film my video later. Actually, I forgot to show you the trash can. Yeah, it's really exciting. It's just a trash can. We eat a lot of scraps, but whatever. And here's the main entertainment center. Obviously, we got the TV here. It's still the same TV we've had for like 3 years. There's the remote control for it. And on the other side, I'll move this lamp for a second. Other side, we got a lot of wire spaghetti and most of our consoles here. There's that Club Nintendo Super Mario poster, and I got Cappy hanging from one of the thumbtacks that's holding on to it. Shut up, birds! Anyway, some boxes here for the Wii U. There's a Star Fox Zero box in there. Great game, by the way. I don't care what anyone says. Anyway, there's the gamepad charger box and some Super Nintendo games. And this is the charging grip for the Joy-Cons. And an Amiibo display case and the Mario Fight Pad, whatever it's called. And then everything behind here is an outstanding mess. That's the this is a switcher for some of the composite stuff. I got some cables plugged in here, but they're not plugged into any consoles. But that's fine and dandy. This is all the internet stuff. I think that's the router, the modem, whatever it's called. And for the consoles here, I got a Wii Remote charger, which I don't use. There's the Wii U and the Wii U gamepad. Here's the Switch, which is probably going to get burned out by the time Super Smash Bros. Ultimate comes out. And here's my PS4, which is on right now, because I've been watching YouTube videos. So, it's probably turn that off, but nah, it doesn't matter. And we get to... Uh-oh. Yeah, we need to fix this thing. Really should have prepared myself for this. Anyway, this is the new TV stand, I guess, but this was always down here because this used to be kind of a family room or a TV room. But when we moved down here, we sort of taken over this little piece of furniture. But we put it to good use. These drawers really come in handy, and you'll see why. This drawer, I've got like HDMI cables and composite cables, component, basically any kind of video cables for the consoles. I hate you. This drawer has AC adapters in it, so like you can see the Wii and the Wii U and the Super Nintendo and you know, things like that. Let's get that back in. And then this one we just have random assorted wires. If we need anything specific, we can just look in here and see if there's anything. Like this is my MIDI cable for when I record music. And when I'm using my MIDI keyboard, which you'll see soon. And then in this big drawer, uh-oh. Come on. There's no editing involved, so I'm sorry you have to deal with that. This big drawer is where we keep all of our controllers. So you can see some GameCube, there's Super Nintendo, PlayStation, that's the Switch Pro controller up there. Some Wii remotes, some accessories and things like that. I don't know why I still have this, because this doesn't work. This is like supposed to be a Super Nintendo style accessory for the Wii remote. You can play New Super Mario Bros. Wii with this. You just stick it on the Wii remote and you can play it like a classic controller. But it hardly works, and I don't know why I still have this thing. Might end up selling it or something or throwing it away. Right. This thing is going to be the death of me. I'll deal with you later. Alright, and then the cabinets down here, these are all connected to the same space, so there's no point in showing you just one. It's kind of hard to see, but this is where we keep most of our spare consoles. Well, not just our spares, but just consoles we don't use. If we want to hook them up and play a game, then we can just do that. I've got 2 Wii consoles here. The reason why I have two Wii's, the reason why I have 2 is because the one on the left is our original one. That's what I call the emulation Wii, because this is how we run emulators on the TV. And the other one I bought because the disc tray actually doesn't work on the original one, so I bought this for GameCube games specifically. And we got an N64, a PS1, Super Nintendo, a Japanese PS2, GameCube, which is actually Mike's, and then he has like his 12 other PS2s in there. Oh dear. And then on this side we just have some spare boxes. This is the cable box in case we ever feel the need to watch TV for whatever reason. Oh, wait a minute. This is where my old headphones were? I thought I'd lost these somewhere, but apparently they were in here the whole time. Oh god. Now, well, at least I have some working headphones again. I just gotta find the auxiliary cord for it. But I fucking hate wireless headphones. Anyway, this is the fireplace. It's a real fireplace. That's why the brick is here. And this stuff over here, this is for like picking at the fire or things of that nature. That's my tripod, which I use. And we haven't really used the fireplace since we came down here. And actually, once we moved down here, this entire room was painted like a kind of gray color scheme, including the brick. But actually, it's good that the brick was painted because once we had the fireplace lit one night, the fire got a little too big and it ended up kind of burning or like blackening this outer section here. So it's good that we painted over it so it's not as noticeable. Anyway, up here, this is a painting of San Francisco that I got at a rummage sale, which I really quite enjoy. I haven't been to San Francisco, but I've been to Burbank, and California's a nice place. Alright, now we get to the shelves here. These are some Guitar Hero controllers, which are mostly mics. And then over here, I got some posters for like Grand Theft Auto 3 and Star Fox, the Zelda Symphony of the Goddesses concert, big Super Mario Odyssey poster, and some more Nintendo magazine posters. Oh, I forgot this lamp is probably one of the only new things for that we've included in the room, because we bought this lamp just for the room, and it's really nice. It's a bit lopsided, mostly because of the build quality. I built this myself, and I didn't really do a good job with it, but it's fine. I like the look of it, and it really just ties the room together, I think. And then what's great about this lamp is that it's got some shelves, so I can put like Super Mario Checkers Tic-Tac-Toe set and the Nickelodeon trivia game there. Then we got some NES clone consoles and our 2 original GameCubes, which Mike and I have we've taken good care of, but the disc reader on both of them somehow stopped working, which is really weird, but we like to keep them anyway for display purposes. And then down there is my Lego Doctor Who set, which I haven't rebuilt yet, but maybe I will eventually. And also behind these shelves are just some boxes. Like I got this Link figure here, which isn't a box, but whatever. Some pop figures and some toys and collectibles and, you know, just things of that nature, and it continues along the windowsill. But now let's get to the actual contents on the shelf. On this top shelf, right here, got Blu-rays, including the complete series of Samurai Jack. I love that show. Love that show. Some more Blu-rays which bleed into the the PS3 games and the Switch games. And then we got PS2, which bleeds into GameCube games, which bleeds into Wii games. And then on the bottom shelf, just some random PC games and some soundtrack CDs and some spare boxes for DS and 3DS games. And you can't see, but there are 2 N64 cartridges. Come on, focus. There are 2 N64 games in there. And one of them doesn't work, and the other I'm assuming works, but I need to get another N64 because the console doesn't work. Whatever. And then on this shelf, I've got the flagpole amiibo stand box up here. And then on this top shelf, I've got 3DS games, NES games, and here I got Wii U games, PS4 games, some extra boxes, including Halo on the Xbox, which I don't have an Xbox, so I don't know why I picked it up. But then we have Super Nintendo games, PS1 games, some extra stuff. Like so. Oh, my kazoos are right here. I need to pay better attention to the way I decorated this room. All right, let's see. I've got DS games, some more collectibles, like some Switch pins. And down here, I've got some extra PS2 games in little jewel cases. Those are some Wallace and Gromit PC games from Telltale, rest in peace. Here's the shell of my original NES. Got the Mach 5 down here from Speed Racer, and there's a little Mario Kart 64 cart, which I could not fit on that shelf, so I just moved it down there. And this bin here has a bunch of Rock Band accessories, like the drum kit is in here, but in pieces. And then we have like 12 pairs of drumsticks. I don't know why we have so many drumsticks, but that's just how things go. And here's a keytar, which I don't use, but looks cool, so I've been keeping it around. And then along the windowsill, I've got some collectibles, like the man, the myth, the legend. Also a Japanese copy of Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, original Game Boy, the Super Mario World instruction booklet. Sorry, that is the actual booklet that's in the picture frame. Yeah, don't ask why I did that. And some Balance World games for New Super Mario Bros. Wii from Japan, a Beatles ceramic mug that my girlfriend got for me, some glass bottles, some Coke bottles, and a Pepsi bottle. And we got a little Pop Funko TARDIS. There's my DualShock 4, it's charging. And I got the amiibos over there, and KK Slider is sitting on the stand. And then there's some other collectibles over there. And I got some posters on the wall here, like this Club Nintendo Super Mario History poster. Then we got Super Mario 3D Land, Odyssey, and World. I love this Super Mario World poster. It's just so magical and wonderful. And here's the coffee table. This is this, along with the couches, are actually from our grandparents' house. But after they passed away, we kind of inherited a lot of their stuff. So that's why we ended up with the coffee table and the couches, because they were theirs. But then we ended up getting them. And those are just some nice little throw pillows that I thought looked pretty good there. And as for this couch, this blanket, the story about this blanket was when we were tidying up down here, somebody just put the blanket there to get it out of the way. But I really liked how it looked, so I just decided to keep it there. And there's some more throw pillows. And I think it looks really nice. Over here, this is a very old and very disgusting end table, which has been around for too many years, and we should definitely throw it away at some point. And there's a fan, because it gets really hot in here sometimes. Like right now, I'm sweating up a storm. And then we've got the Charlie Brown Christmas tree. I put a blanket on it because it just needs a little love. And behind that is a life-size cardboard cutout of the TARDIS, which really there's no room for it in here, so that's the only place where it really fits. And then we get to my desk, but first, actually, this is my my keyboard for all my music stuff. And some collectibles on the windowsill here, like there's a box for a Mario Wii Remote, there's the box for my SNES Classic, which is sitting right here. It's so cute. And then this is a game board for, this is a Yu-Gi-Oh! Game board that came with the Kaiba collection. It came with this box that comes with a lot of cards that are related to Kaiba, and I thought it looked cool, so I put it there. There's my Tetris lights, which I should maybe plug in at some point, because I haven't used these in a while. And some little Doctor Who collectibles there, and my picture of New York. My desk is, well, parts of my desk are the same. I still keep some stuff up there, but most of the stuff is different. And actually, let's talk about this first. The big difference in this desk is this beauty, the Huion GT220. It's basically like a big touchscreen. I've been using it to draw with. Like I got the drawing pens here, and it's so precise, and I love it. The screen protector is a bit dirty though, but I'll clean that at some point. I ended up paying like $560 for this, but it's absolutely worth it. If you're getting into drawing on like a touch screen, if you are an artist and you want to draw a little more precisely and comfortably, this will get the job done. It's a great starter product, so I recommend it. And then you saw the drawing pen earlier, but I also have this extra pen that sits comfortably in this little stand. And there's my external drive where I keep most of my files. And my computer is still not the best in the world, but you know, it does its job fine enough. I've got some amiibo down here, including the 8-bit Mario one. And actually, I did get some more amiibo after the last video. Like I ended up getting Princess Peach and Toad as Christmas gifts. And then last year I bought the Super Mario Odyssey Wedding amiibo. Because, you know, Super Mario Odyssey is like the best game ever. And sitting underneath the SNES Classic is my game capture device, the Hauppauge HD PVR60, which I'm thinking about getting a different device because this has been giving me some trouble lately. Like when I was recording footage for my Mario Kart video, I would record like 20 minutes of footage, and then for some reason the 20-minute clips would only come out as like 30-second clips. And actually, this happened after I already got a large majority of footage recorded for that video, so I still managed to get some really good footage. But as I was recording, after we moved into the new game room, it suddenly started having this issue. I'm thinking about looking into it, but I'm going to play it safe and maybe get something else. Everybody says I should get an Elgato, but I just don't like the software. So I might get something from AverMedia or something. Anyway, that's my little story over. This drawer has mostly art stuff in it. Like I have this pencil case here with my art stuff in it. And this stuff here, this is my screen protector for the Huion, and this is my, what they call it, a smudge protector, but it's really just like a 2-finger glove. And I put it on, I wear it to avoid smudging the screen while I'm drawing, and it's really helpful. And I don't have anything in this cabinet, just some assorted stuff. Nothing much. There's my speakers and my main monitor, keyboard, and I got a new chair. Oh dear, I wouldn't knock anything over. This is my new chair. It looks like a really fancy schmancy gaming chair, but it's like a no-name brand. There's like an Amazon, it's like an Amazon brand chair, so there's no like DX Racer stuff on it or anything. Not that expensive, only like 80 or 90, so that was good. By the way, I'm not rich. I just tend to make these purchases when I make enough money, so it takes time for me to save up. Over here, I got this police pull to open sign from the TARDIS. There's my autographed picture of Charles Martinet. Amazing, amazing man. If you ever get the chance to meet him, please do it. He is absolutely generous and so kind and so nice, and so fun to talk to as well. I got this little bobblehead here. This guy is supposed to be George Washington, but he's really just a mascot for a New Jersey baseball team called the Somerset Patriots. And there's my medication there. I don't know if I should show it, but oh well. There's my 3DS sitting there comfortably. Over here, I got this big water bottle because I get thirsty. And there's some sketchbooks there. Inside, I've got my metal print of Aku and Jack. I got in the Samurai Jack Blu-ray box set. This is my 2016 Super Mario Brothers calendar, which I can't find any room for, and it really has no use, but I still love it. And this is my big sketchbook that I again haven't used in a while, but there. And then on these shelves, I mostly keep some books. Like I've got some Yu-Gi-Oh manga here, and I got this book that my girlfriend lent me called Stars and Planets: Understanding the Universe. I asked if I could. Actually, I don't know if I asked, but she offered to lend it to me because it relates to a little project I'm developing. It's like a big movie about something related to space and stars, but I don't want to go into it too much. But that's why I have the book, because she likes the idea and she wanted to give it to me. And then I got some more books up here, including the Infinity Gauntlet graphic novel, which is a compilation of different stories, different comic books related to the Infinity Gauntlet. And I got John Cleese's autobiography. So anyway, I have Ready Player One, yada yada yada, and another small sketchbook here. I like collecting sketchbooks because even if I don't use them that much, it's nice to have them if I have any ideas for something I want to draw. Behind these doors, this is where I keep all my oh, come on. There we go. This is where I keep all my Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. Like I have all my cards in this box. And I got some structure decks and some little card collections here. And there's a game board up here too. Yeah, you can tell that I really like Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm sure most people watching me probably do too. And then here I got some assorted stuff. Like there's a little Mario plushie. Woohoo! And some boxes for mine and Mike's original 3DSs. And this is my autographed playbill from the SpongeBob SquarePants musical. I don't recognize all the signatures, but I know Gavin Lee and Ethan Slater signed it. I know Wesley Taylor signed it too. The woman who played the mayor also signed it. And I think Danny Skinner signed it too. I just got a lot of signatures on that show. That closed, by the way. I'm really sad. Anyway, the collectibles on top here. I'm gonna start from here. It's all this is all my Doctor Who stuff. I got some TARDISes and action figures, which always seem to fall over because the slightest bump in this desk will usually cause these to fall over, and it's annoying. Like, look, even this Zygon can't take it. Come on, stand back up, Zygon. There you go. And I got this big box Wallace and Gromit PC game. It's a signed brochure from Too Many Games 2 years ago. There's the Lego Yellow Submarine box, New Super Mario Bros. Wii puzzle, a 12th Doctor Sonic screwdriver. Let's see, I got some little Sonic figures in there too. Oh no! There's another Mario plushie up there. Woohoo! And a box for Mike's 3DS and everybody's favorite My Little Pony character, Rockington. It's a little in-joke between me and Mike. I like that. There's the box for my Switch, the box for my new 3DS, the box for the Switch Pro controller, and these are coasters. These are just these pretty little coasters because I'm very picky about drinks on hard surfaces, especially my desk. So I like to have these coasters to put my drinks on because I don't want to get the little rings on the desk. It's quite annoying. And then we're going to end it, move the water bottle over, we're going to end with this side. This is my entire Mario collection of toys and memorabilia with a little cameo from Rover from Animal Crossing, because why not? And then moving down, here's a box, an empty box of Super Mario cereal, which, where I live, it's not very common to find it, but the Target near us just recently started stocking up on the cereal, and this is good. This is very tasty. It's like frosted. No, it's like Lucky Charms mixed with Fruit Loops. So it's got that berry taste, but it's got a fruity taste, but it's like hard vanilla cereal with the marshmallows. So it's tasty. Try it out if you can find it. I got a little figure of Fox McCloud here, and there's some more memorabilia like a little Ghostbusters thing, some Pac-Man machines, some Atari controllers, Back to the Future pops, including the two Martys. Well, I have 3. The other one's in there, but the stand broke. And I got Doc Brown and the DeLorean. And with this water bottle in the way again, got a Super Mario Maker Rubik's Cube. And this is a 2013 Club Nintendo calendar, which I still keep because I just love how it looks. And then down here, these are all the DVDs. It's where we keep all of our DVDs. This shelf is one of the only things that stayed down here during the move, because this was originally Sophie's, but when she moved upstairs, we were able to keep this shelf, and this is a good place to put all the DVDs. And then below that, I've got some more books. Like I've got some yearbooks. I've got this one, which is really cool. It's called the Crash Bandicoot Files, and it's basically a reprint of Naughty Dog's original design documents for the first Crash Bandicoot game, which is awesome. And then I got some issues of Game Informer, which I haven't been subscribed to in like 3 years. I don't know why I still keep these. But whatever. And I got some comic books. And that's pretty much it. Oh, I forgot to look into these drawers. Nothing interesting about these drawers. This is mostly just miscellaneous stuff. Like I got an NES Classic controller, and my wallet's in there, and some building stuff for the desk. And in here, I keep most of my assorted books, like assorted sketchbooks and papers and stuff. Which sort of brings me into this side. This last Mario Club Nintendo poster up here. Oh, I miss you, Club Nintendo. My Nintendo just doesn't relate. Anyway, I got the Super Mario Galaxy 2 poster from the strategy guide. Super Mario 3D Land from the Nintendo magazine. And we got a big, ugly Mario! I think this, I forget what the company's name is who made this, but I know they specialize in making these really ugly plushies from like 2003. But that sort of adds to the charm. And then I got this filing cabinet here, which doesn't have a whole lot of interesting stuff in it. This bottom drawer is hardly full, so but I've been putting my drawings and stuff in it, or at least drawings that I would want to keep and remember. And then in this drawer, I've got mostly my review clothes. These are all like shirts that I've worn during the Summer of Mario, including the review jacket. I switched from the pea coat, the big thick pea coat, to a thinner kind of Beatles overcoat because it's thinner and it's not as hot, and it's just a little more comfortable. So yeah, and then finally I got this lamp here, which was also down here, but it's good for filming too. We don't have really professional lights, so we just kind of use what we have. It's like this lamp and that lamp, and maybe some other lamps that we can find. But yeah, basically that's the new game room. So far, we've been down here for about 3 months, and I really like it. The only problem though is that when I'm filming something and somebody else is in the house that could walk around upstairs, the noise picks up and the floor is really squeaky. So sometimes it gets in the way. But aside from that, which is very rare, I really like how this turned out. It's great. I really enjoy being down here more than the previous game room because we have more space. We have 2 couches, and it's a lot more comfortable. And I hope to get a lot of use out of this as years go on. So that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And before I finish, I just want to remind you, because I'm going to be reminding you a lot for a while, that I have an Indiegogo campaign set up for the pilot episode for a series I'm developing called Anytown. I have a great cast. I love working with them. I wrote and storyboarded the whole thing myself. I have an animatic for it, and I really need your help in getting it funded. So you don't have to fund it if you don't want to, but I would really appreciate if you did. If you click the link in the description, or maybe there'll be a card somewhere in the upper right corner. It'll take you to the campaign page, and you can see all the perks that you get for pledging. Like you get to see the episode early before it comes out. You get to see a version of the episode with a commentary track. You get to see the full animatic. I'll send you a special personalized drawing, and you might even get a chance to be in the episode. And you get posters too if you pledge enough. You get actual physical posters sent to your door. So there's a lot of cool stuff that you can get for pledging, and it'll go to a really good cause. So please, if you whoa, that was weird. If you can give a couple dollars, or if you can give anything to help support the campaign, or if you have friends and family that might be interested in this too, please spread the word, and I would really appreciate your support. I am a mess today, even though I'm on my medication. But yeah, I would really appreciate if you could help me out in some way, either by donating or spreading the word, just letting people know about it, because I've been developing this for 2 years and I've been really passionate about it. So it would absolutely mean the world to me if you could help out. But enough about me asking for strangers to give me their money. I'm gonna end this video right now. So thank you all for watching this video, and if you want to catch up with what I'm doing outside of this, then you can follow me on Twitter, like my Facebook page, and I did start a new DeviantArt and Tumblr page a while back, so I'll probably put links to them in the description. Probably not, but you can try and find me. And also, you can join my Discord server. Link's down there, and consider supporting me on Patreon as well, because you'll get some more cool rewards for that too. Anyway, I'm gonna go shower, and then I'm gonna film this next video. So with that said, this is Mark bidding everyone a smashing farewell. Bye bye.
Fingers!
Hello, welcome back everybody. I apologize if I look disgusting at all. I just spent the last half hour vacuuming this room that I'm about to be showing you, and I'm sure you've seen once or twice before my other videos. But the time has come. It's time to do another game room tour video. Can I flip the camera around in this? I'm recording on my phone, so I'm not sure if I can flip it around while I'm recording. Okay, it looks like I can't. Yeah, I can't. All right, so I'll just flip this around and show you the room and just give you a little idea of what I'm about to give you a tour of. All right, so if you've seen the last couple of game room tour videos that I've done, you'll know that this location has changed up quite a bit over the past couple of years, and I apologize for this area as well. It's still a bit of a mess. We're working that out. If you actually seen all the game room tour videos, first off, thank you. Second, you might notice that the room has gone through quite a number of changes, and it's not just between last year's video and this year's. If you've seen my reviews, you might have been able to spot out some other subtle differences, because I'm a perfectionist when it comes to organizing like the perfect game room, or at least my idea for a perfect game room. So I'm constantly moving stuff around in here. And oh, by the way, that's my sister's stuff. We're supposed to be mailing that to her eventually. She's in LA, but she stayed over a while back, and we got to mail that to her at some point. Off topic. I'm always moving stuff around, changing the layout of certain things. Like that's a good example over there. Over there. None of the changes that I'm going to be pointing out here are just between last year's video and now. This is all just a result of my ever growing desire for the perfect game room, and my refusal to live with the fact that I might never be able to achieve that. So, like I did with last year's video, I'm going to be giving you a tour of the room, going over what's different, what's the same, and yeah, that's about it. Pretty much, basically the same as every other year. So, let's just get started over here with what I call the entertainment center. Obviously, we got the TV over there. That's how I play games and watch movies and stuff. There's the cable box for whenever I feel the need to watch TV. That's the Wii U gamepad. I don't have the Wii U hooked up, but it's just nice to have there. And there's the Switch hooked up to the dock. There's my PS4, and that's a little speaker that you normally have to plug like an iPhone or an iPod into, but it's got an auxiliary port on the back. And I've got this auxiliary cord hooked up to it if I ever want to listen to music while I'm, for example, cleaning up or vacuuming this room, which is why the vacuum is over there. There we go. Vacuum's over there because I just spent a half hour vacuuming to get ready for shooting this. And then I got this Wii remote charger over there that I don't have hooked up, but again, just looks nice. And I have all these boxes here, and that's Mike's GameCube. That's my brother's GameCube, my brother Mike. And I still got that Mario poster up there. That's the only thing that hasn't changed. It's still there. The only changes with this particular part of the room is that the cable box used to be in front of the TV, but now it's off to the side. And that's just because when you're watching TV or you're watching a movie or videos on YouTube, hi, my reflection, it just kind of gets in the way. It's nice to see the time, which is really the big reason why I still have it hooked up. It's nice to see the time so that, like, whenever I feel like I'm ready to go to bed or something, I'll have that to look at. Point where you're looking at. I'll have this to look at to let me know when is the right time to just turn everything off and go to bed. Oh, actually, I should go through these drawers. The drawers are about the same. Got some HDMI and composite and component cables in that one. Some AC adapters in here. And just some random assorted wires in here, plus a memory card, a GameCube memory card, and my old TV remote, which doesn't work anymore, so we got another one. In this drawer is just a bunch of controllers and controller peripherals, like got the Wii wheel there, another one in there actually, and some Wii Motion Plus accessories. This is the SNES mouse pad down there, and just some various other controllers, like got some Switch Joy-Con grips, GameCube controllers, some classic controllers and Pro controllers, PlayStation controllers, you know, just the typical jazz. You like jazz? And in these cabinets, it's not much. I got some consoles in there. I got my two Wii consoles. There's the Wii U, and there's the N64. And this is all just one big thing, so all these doors open up to reveal the same spots. So on the top, over on the far right, far away from the consoles, just some Rock Band accessories. Like there's the drum set and the drum kit. There's some Game Boy Advance games there. random pair of headphones, and there's my old computer down there, and a lot of my old sketchbooks, which I just cringe just looking at. And then some drawers that used to be in my desk, but I got rid of them because they were just falling out. So I figured, why still put them in there? I can make some much better use for those empty spots. Wow, these doors are really squeaky. All right, let's get rid of that. Oh, by the way, there's the lamp. I think starting this year, I put these really nice bright white light bulbs in it because I also use this as a filming light for my videos. I don't have any sort of professional standing up lights, but these are really bright. These get some good results. Obviously, on days like today, it's not going to look that great because it's not that bright out. It's actually very murky and wet and cold and depressing. But that's autumn for you. So I just use this as a makeshift filming light. I'm planning on getting like actual professional filming lights eventually, but this is good enough for me. All right, over there is the fireplace, but my sister Anna's stuff is kind of blocking it. We don't really use it that much anyway. And like I said, we're going to be mailing this back to her at some point eventually. I don't know when. Down there's not gaming related, but that's my dog Coco's food and water dishes. She has some upstairs too, but sometimes I keep her down here while I'm working, and I just try to make sure she's well fed while I'm busy. So it's nice to have. All right, now let's get to the biggest change from last year's video to this year's. And you've seen this, you might have seen this a lot in my other reviews this year, but this is my workstation, this is my desk. It used to be over in that corner, but I literally just last week, I decided to move it over here. And I don't know why I felt the need to move that. It's just, I guess it's still just something in me wanting to experiment and find the perfect setup. And this has been really good for me so far. There are obviously some new components here you haven't seen last year, like my new computer's right there. Basically everything that was over in that corner is now over here. Like I moved these posters over. Actually, the only ones I didn't move were the Mario Odyssey poster and these two Nintendo Gaming All-Stars posters. Well, technically I did move them because the Odyssey poster was on that wall, and so were these two, I think. And I just moved them over there to make way for all these posters. Whatever. Oh, by the way, that's the... I guess I can go over these. That's a Mario Galaxy 2 poster that I got from the Galaxy 2 Strategy Guide. I got from the NES Classic, which I'll talk about a little bit later. There's my Super Mario Brothers Encyclopedia, my autographed photo of Charles Martinet. There's the metal Samurai Jack print I got from the Blu-ray box set. Two little Batmobiles there, a DeLorean, this hard plastic playmat I got from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Kaiba collection. Oh, I forgot to mention, I also have this painting up here of San Francisco, just because it looks nice, and I like San Francisco. And I just remembered that because I also have a painting here of New York City with the Twin Towers in the cityscape and the Statue of Liberty. And I don't know why, one time my parents went on a trip somewhere, and they got this little road sign with my name on it, Marcus Avenue. I don't know, I love my parents, so that's just, I like to keep that up there. And now let's go over the stuff that's different with the desk and the setup. The first difference is this mic stand and pop filter were not here for last year's video. I did have, I think I had a mic arm similar to this one, but that one just completely fell apart, so I ended up getting a new one. Also, I got a fan there and a lamp, just because. This is my smudge protector as well, for when I'm drawing on the Huion here, because it's a touchscreen. It's this big touchscreen monitor, makes drawing digitally a lot easier, and I wear this on my hand to prevent smudges. And there's the first new thing. This is my new keyboard. It's a Corsair gaming keyboard, and I really like this because it lights up and has this nice soft touch to it when you press down on the keys. Also new is the mouse pad, which came with the keyboard. There's my speakers. My speakers are on both sides of the screen. And there's my drawing pen. This is my computer. This is my new computer. Well, it's not new. I've had it for almost a year, but this wasn't here for last year's video. I got this at the beginning of January, I think, or the middle of January, because going into the new year, I just sort of felt it was time to upgrade. It's a, let's see if I remember this. Omen. It's an HP Omen Gaming Obelisk. It's a gaming PC. Works phenomenally, and I've never looked back. Oh, and I've also got my wife down there, because she's always looking out for me. Love you, sweetie. And here's my other monitor. It's not a touchscreen, but still pretty good. I got some coasters down there too for stuff like that. That's a big chug of water because I get thirsty a lot when I'm just sitting here. Oh, another new thing. I got a new chair. It's different from the other one I had because that one was a little bit flimsy, but this one has arms that are actually attached to the chair, and it's got this really comfortable leather back that's really nice to lean on. And you know, actually my favorite thing about this chair, it's made by the Blue Sword brand, but it's red. It's red. Is that false advertising or is that just the brand name? Whatever. New chair. Really comfortable. Oh, another new thing. Well, this isn't new. We've had... Oh, no. Sorry about that. Anyway, this isn't technically new. We've had this really small TV just sitting in the garage for a while. But then I found out that the cable that it runs on is universal, so it uses the same cable as the PlayStation consoles. So I was able to find a spare one, and now I have this little TV set up here for when I'm recording game footage. And because before I used to use this monitor, I had to unhook a lot of wires from the computer to use this as a TV. A small little TV to record. Like I had to unhook the speakers or plug in some headphones. But now that I have this TV here, I don't have to worry about that. In fact, I already got my Super Nintendo hooked up to it. And yes, I do have a Japanese copy of Super Mario RPG in here. And don't worry, it's just for show. I can't play it anyway. It's Japanese. I can't read Japanese. There's my Hog down there. It's my little recording device. And Crash Bandicoot here is protecting it with all of his girth. I also have a little Korg Pop Funko bobblehead. Hey man, I'm cold. This is the DeLorean. And there's a Trishkin. And down there. I'm going to do the whole thing in Korg's voice now. So, like I said before, I took out the drawers from my desk, except that cabinet door. I took the drawers out here. One thing, they were falling apart. Two, they were falling out. And three, I realized I can just use this to hold more stuff. Like, this is the box for my computer, and in there, that's my camera I use to film my videos. And then, got a notebook there and some gaming magazines on top. Makes a nice storage space, you know? I've still got all this stuff here on the windowsill. Had to move some stuff around to make way for stuff that I would want on display while I'm working. Same posters up here. This hasn't changed at all. Still got the Super Mario World poster, the second Super Mario Odyssey poster. That one came from the strategy guide. And I got that Super Mario 3D Land poster, which also came from a strategy guide. And this is one of the other Club Nintendo Mario posters that I got like years ago, which it's amazing that I still have. I've kept very surprisingly good care of them. From the front, at least. On the back, there's some duct tape markings and stuff. I made the mistake as a kid of hanging up posters with duct tape, but I don't do that anymore. Now I'm using thumbtacks and some blue gunk for some of these too. What's that called? I can't remember. Definitely the most significant difference between last year's video and now is the couch. This wasn't here last year, because before we had these two little gray wool couches that we got from my grandparents after they'd passed away, and we just kind of inherited them. But I want to say either in April or May of this year, a friend of my mom's I think they were moving. I forget what the circumstances were, but they were just getting rid of this huge sectional, and I was just like, I'll take it. So they moved it over here, and now it is in my possession, and it is extremely comfortable. Like, I also spent some time vacuuming this because it gets dirty sometimes. It's a little big for this room, but it's just so comfy, especially this spot. When Coco's down here, she knows how comfortable it is because she will take up as much of this space as she will. Which is good for her, not so much for me when I'm just trying to relax. I still love you, Coco. She's not watching this, she's a dog. Anyway, this corner of the room, this is where the desk used to be. But now, those two shelves that were in that corner are now over in this corner. Same with that lamp. No, that lamp. Point where you're looking, me. Also, these posters were not here before. They were also in the other corner. Got that Grand Theft Auto 3 poster, Star Fox... What is it? Star Fox Command. And that's Super Street Fighter 4. Super Street Fighter 4 3D. And I got that huge Legend of Zelda Symphony of the Goddesses poster, which I still love. That was just an amazing concert. I'd love to go back there again. I can't really go that far into the corner because there's some stuff here blocking the way. This is all actually from Easter. It's supposed to go in this closet here, but the closet's already pretty crowded. We gotta move some stuff around so we can make more space to put that stuff back in there. But that's not important now. I'm really going off on tangents, aren't I? So back here, I'm going to climb over the couch for this. Back here, got some Rock Band stuff and this plastic laser sword from Six Flags. And this is my my keyboard, my MIDI keyboard. And on these shelves, I've got Blu-rays on this top row. And some game boxes there, and some PS2 games in little, what is it, jewel cases? I guess so. And then we got PS2 games down here, which bleeds into GameCube games, which then bleeds into Wii games, and there's a lot of them. And then down there is just some music CDs, and some extra game boxes, and some N64 games that I can't play because my N64 doesn't have a jumper pack, so I can't really play anything on it. This lamp is really nice because it's got these shelves on it, and on this shelf I've got the Super Mario Checkers and Tic-Tac-Toe set on top of a Nickelodeon trivia game. I've got two of mine and Mike's original GameCubes with some NES clone systems on top. And then down there is the box for my Lego Doctor Who set. On top of this shelf, there's my Lego Yellow Submarine, and most of my amiibos. Not all of them, because the rest of the amiibo are over there. But I've got some Smash Brothers ones, the Mario Odyssey ones, and, that Robin amiibo also. I didn't get that. I actually won that at a contest at AVGC this year. Anyway, on this shelf, the top shelf here, I've got DS games, some Dreamcast games, and these are all my Green Day CDs. I don't have all of them. I've got Dookie, American Idiot, 21st Century Breakdown, and Revolution Radio. By the way, I'm really looking forward to Father of All. I can't wait to get that when it comes out. Next, I've got Wii U games here, next to my Xbox games, which is funny that I own so many Xbox games because I don't even have an Xbox. I'm sure Microsoft would enjoy these. This shelf, I've got 3DS games with PlayStation games and some extra game boxes. Boxes for games that in Super Paper Mario's case, we already have, but in Adventure DX, Spider-Man, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Falsebound Kingdom's case, we don't actually have the discs. It's hard to explain. I don't know how that happened, but whatever. I wasn't sure what else to put on these shelves, so it's just a bunch of random clutter. Maybe I'll find some use for these one day. But today's not the day. Alright, the last big noticeable difference, and I'm sure some of you saw these in the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate video, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and Knuckles, sorry. These really nice looking bookcases, bookshelves, whatever you want to call them. And I just got these because I was running out of space to put all my stuff. So I got these off of Amazon. I got 3 of them. And when my girlfriend Ronnie came over last year, they just happened to come in the mail. So she and I ended up building these together. And it was actually kind of fun. We had pizza, listened to music. Anyway, let's see, on top here, I've got the Charlie Brown Christmas tree. There's the boxes for the NES and SNES Classic. Oh, by the way, just to go off on another tangent, I said in my SNES Classic review that I wasn't going to get an NES Classic because I was just kind of tired of how they were being handled or being sold because they were in such short supply and people were scalping them. But apparently the Best Buy in town restocked them, and I ended up getting an NES Classic as a birthday gift. Thanks, Mom. So there's that story. There's the box for the Mario amiibo stand, which is over there. The box is up there. And that box, if I can zoom in, yay, there we go. So that's the box for my Crash Bandicoot pins, and that little cardboard box right there, where my giant finger is, that came with the Crash Bandicoot action figure that's over on my desk. I don't use it, but it's nice to have. And there's my 8-bit Mario amiibo, and those are my handy-dandy notebooks, because I'm a big Blue's Clues nerd. Can we zoom out again? There we go. I still have that old radio for some reason. I still have that George Washington bobblehead. It's not actually George Washington. It's a mascot for a baseball team that played for a town that we used to live in. And I love this over here. There's my Cappy with my Mario Maker hard hat, which is way too small for me. And then this is my favorite part. So this is a Japanese Super Mario Odyssey plush with a removable Cappy, which I just adore. But we got Big Mario, Bigger Mario, Biggest Mario. And then there's an upside-down rover, just because. All right. It's going to be hard to go through everything on these shelves because the couch is in the way, but we're going to try it. Or on this shelf, I got this giant plushy Yoshi. Boxes for mine and Mike's old 3DS systems. And a little itty-bitty Mario. That's a Hamilton book that I got at the Hamilton gift shop in New York. Love that show. There's the box for my Pro Controller. Some empty question mark boxes. And that's my Game Boy Advance SP right there. And there's the box for my Switch. This is the box for the Nintendo Land Luigi Wii Remote bundle, which I didn't even know existed until Mike got it as a Christmas gift. Over here, there's my NES Classic. And on the other side is my SNES Classic. But in the middle, I got this 2013 Club Nintendo calendar still, which actually could function as a 2019 calendar, because all the dates actually line up with the dates for this year. So it works out. Then I got my Link Figma figure from Skyward Sword. There's a Fox figure from the World of Nintendo line. And this is the Detective Pikachu card that came with the Detective Pikachu Blu-ray. And on this shelf is my Yu-Gi-Oh collection, or just Yu-Gi-Oh related anything collection. I got some volumes of Shonen Jump. All these boxes have different cards in them. There's some playmats back there. These are the boxes for structure decks. These are just some of my favorite cards that I like to keep out, like my Japanese Blackluster Soldier. Really proud of that. Not all these cards have really anything significant about them, except for the God cards, of course, like Slifer, Obelisk, and Ra. Sorry, I'm being a Yu-Gi-Oh geek again. I'll just put those back. I got some volumes of the manga. I got some volumes of the original. The first and last issues of 5Ds, and the first 2 issues of, what was it, Arc 5, yeah. And then this is the Pyramid of Light card that I got from my original copy of Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie on DVD. Alright, here comes the hard part, trying to get the phone down in these crevices. This shelf is just a anything goes kind of thing. I just put whatever I could on here. Can I zoom out a little more? Whoa, that's a lot. Okay, so I got some Tetris lights there and there. That's the box for an old Wallace and Gromit PC game. Let's see. That's the box for my new 3DS XL. Some Too Many Games schedules. The box for Mario Maker. My signed SpongeBob musical playbill. The Switch Online NES controllers. Oh, there's Lightning McQueen over there too. Ka-chow! There's a book of Doctor Who sticky notes. There's a new Super Mario Bros. Wii puzzle. 2 empty boxes of Super Mario cereal. Some little Sonic figurines that I like to keep on display for some reason. And going down, nothing really interesting about this shelf. It's just a bunch of strategy guides, some comic books, and some other books that I haven't read, but I'd like to read at some point. And even farther down, if my arm can reach, you can see it, some more strategy guides, some other books, hardcover books, issues of Game Informer, and what else is down there? Some more books? Yeah, some more books. On these three shelves take up the entire Mario collection. Pretty much my entire Mario collection. So there's some stuff up here, like a little mushroom plush, Mario Odyssey mug, the postcards, everything else. This is my my Mario and Luigi shrine. Mario's got his section, Luigi's got his. It's sadly smaller. I like to get more Luigis eventually. And then just everything else down here, every other character. Now this section here is actually really frustrating because sometimes my nephew would come down here and like he loves cars and vehicles, so he would take the go-karts, the Yoshi kart and the motorcycle and play with them. And so because he would take them, he's not supposed to, but because he sometimes would take them, he would knock over a lot of this stuff, so I'd have to rearrange it again. And it gets annoying and tiresome. So eventually I'm just going to have to buckle down and get him his own Mario Karts. Because I'm a good uncle like that. It's a bit dark, but down there are my DVDs. And there's some more in there too, but I don't want to go down there again because it's too dark. Anyway, last shelf here on the top. Again, it's another Anything Goes thing, but I've got a lot of Disney Store exclusive Spider-Man Homecoming figures. And some Pop Funko Back to the Future stuff there. Oh, and Rockington. Can't forget about Rockington. And then this shelf is where I keep most of the rest of my games. Most of the rest of my games. Does that make sense? Whatever. Anyway, I got NES games there, including a copy of Ghosts and Goblins that I received as a prize for being entertaining enough at a Some Call Me Johnny panel. I don't know. I forget what. And then I got Super Nintendo games up there. Another Japanese Super Famicom game. It's a Super Mario All-Stars, but you can't really see it. And then I got the Super Game Boy right next to it. And then these are my PC games. Most of these I collect from rummage sales, like all this stuff there. But I also have Sims 1, Sims 2, and a lot of Sims 2 expansion packs. I really like The Sims. And then finally, got PS3 games there, PS4 games here, and Switch games there. Lastly, there's my Doctor Who collection. I'm not as into the show as I used to be. Well, right now I'm just kind of waiting for Series 12 to come out, which just feels like it's taking forever, but there's other stuff to worry about. But I still have a soft spot for it. I still like collecting stuff, including the 13th Doctor's screwdriver. I really like this because it's got two settings. There's the normal setting, but it also got, I don't know if you can see it very well, but it's got this like spinning emitter on the top. Just pretty cool. I don't entirely like the design of it, but those functions are pretty cool. I can't really show you much of what's on these bottom shelves because again, there's just so much stuff in the way. But it's nothing really much to write home about. It's just a bunch of art stuff and like sketchbooks and things like that. Moving over here, still got that Lego Dimensions poster and the map of Los Santos from GTA 5 up there, and a fly swatter because a lot of bugs and spiders get in here, and you just gotta act on instinct. And then I still have that Asteroids poster up here, and then this is all Mike's stuff. Mike is off at college right now. He hasn't really collected this yet, but I kept it here just to organize it. Oh, I also have this Coca-Cola Christmas ornament hanging up here because it just looks so nice. And down here, I don't know why I still keep these on display, but I guess they just look really nice. I'm terrible at communication today. But these are all my VHS tapes. Well, not all of them. I've got some more in my bedroom. But it's mostly Disney VHS tapes. Surprisingly the easiest to come by from my experience. I just like keeping them up here. It's nice to hold on to something from your past. Actually, speaking of holding on to something from the past, on this filing cabinet here, I've got a Dreamcast. Yeah, it's just a Dreamcast. I don't know why I keep it on display. I usually don't, but I guess I just put it there because don't question my choices. I know what I'm doing. Oh, and also, it's just some Sprite from the other night. We were having pizza, and I just got drinks because I wanted sodas. And then, as for what's in this filing cabinet, not much. Well, there's my review code in there. I usually keep my review outfits in here because they're easiest to grab. And then, in this bottom drawer, I keep mostly more sketchbooks, because I draw a lot. And I've got some more stuff in there, too, if I can just dig in there. Okay, I did end up finding more stuff in there. I found some of my old scripts. These are some of my... Let's see here. And also, I found a little prop here. This is from my Paper Mario Color Splash video. This is the letter that Evil Santa writes to me at the beginning of the video. I like holding on to some of the stuff I've done. That's not a prop. I like to hold on to some of the stuff from my videos. They're sort of relics of my channel. And it's just nice to... I mean, I already have digital copies of most of these, but it's nice to hold physical copies of them, too. Like, here's the script for the Super Mario Brothers movie video. The one that I just can't seem to catch a break on because I keep getting copyright claims on it. But I also have a script for my Super Smash Brothers retrospective. And there's the script for my Paper Mario video. And this is the script for my Get Up and Dance video. You can tell the printer was having problems when I had to print it. But I promise you, this is the script. I didn't type it like this. It would have come out better if the printer was just working that day, but I guess it wasn't. So, in general, that's the current game room. That's the current status of the game room. I really like the layout. I really like how it turned out so far. But knowing me, in like a couple days or maybe a month, maybe a couple weeks or a month or so, I'm gonna come up with more ideas for what I can do to change things up a little more. This room is just going to keep going through constant changes over time, and you know, I'll never be satisfied. But you know, it's fun to sort of change things up a little bit every once in a while and find what you're comfortable with. And if you don't like something, then you can just change it up again. It really is just constant experimentation, finding new things that might work for you or might not work for you. And that's just, well, it's not just like for coming up with a layout for a game room. It's for anything, really. I don't even know what I'm talking about right now, so I'm just going to end here. I meant to film this video last week, since actually last week was exactly 1 year from when I put out last year's game room tour video. But got caught up in some stuff. Just couldn't quite... the game room was a bit of a mess, so it'll take me a while to clean up. But we're doing it now, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And I guess I should end things now before I completely embarrass myself as usual.